Man, these are pretty decent.
Yo, what is good, people? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and the Council and what's up PlayStation.com. And first and foremost, if you are a newcomer, welcome. And if you are a regular, I appreciate you for coming back. And like I always say, I'm just a gamer trying to share my experiences with the world. So it's Saturday, another Saturday. It's 11 a.m. and y'all know what it is. At 11 a.m., your favorite podcast, Mind of a Gamer, comes through, and we give you guys our thoughts and opinions on all things gaming, from Nintendo all the way up to PC. It don't matter. We are we try to be as fair and level-minded as possible. Me and MistaOfficialVG, my co-host, and this week we got some good guests, man. I'm liking this panel right now. So yeah, let's start with a new supporter. He's a real cool dude. I actually didn't know this guy was, somebody that I actually, known from the Facebook groups or whatever. So, he's a real cool dude, got a real good gaming channel, King's Blood Gaming. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. It's in the description. So King's Blood, introduce yourself and let us know the games you've been playing throughout the week, brother.
What's going on, y'all? This your guy, Garrett from King's Blood. I'm here rocking out with my man Persona, my man Mr. Official.
I did this is the second week in a row. Sorry, guys, go ahead.
Yeah. And I just beat Mass Effect this week, and I ain't gonna I never was in the Mass Effect, so this is really my first Mass Effect beating it. And even though it was my first one beating it, was you know what I'm saying, I give it a 7. It was weak, but I'm always playing For Honor. Went back to Battlefield 4. Played a little bit of COD4, and that's about it this week, man.
That's what's up. Then we got how'd you like that Mass Effect? You didn't really like it that much?
Man. It was weak. It's repetitive, man. Same enemies, same bosses. The boss with the floating orb going around him, like the same thing over and over again, man.
Oh no, they gave it that order treatment. Oof.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up, man. Definitely good to have you here. Definitely good to chop it up and get your thoughts on all things gaming. Then we got a special guest. we got a villain in these gaming streets.
A known villain in these gaming streets.
A known villain in these gaming streets, yo. But he is sniper. Young sniper, that's the sniper right there. And he's a member of the council. He hasn't made an appearance on a podcast in a very long time, so it's definitely dope to have him here. Mr. Ken Masters, introduce yourself, let us know the games you're playing throughout the week.
What's going on, gentlemen? Persona, first of all, thanks for having me on. I kind of just dropped in on you, surprised you a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't been on in a bit, just been handling some things. It's Air Force life, but it's pretty good. I'm happy, enjoying life. As far as games, I've been playing a little bit of Mass Effect. I played it a lot a few weeks ago, but I kind of chilled on it a little bit because King's Blood said, it gets a little repetitive, but I do enjoy the gameplay. I do enjoy the combat and everything. So I've been playing that, but I've mainly been playing Persona 5. Haven't been able to really put that down this past week. It's very I don't know, just everything about that game is it just hooks me. The art style, the music, the content, the adult themed content that's in the game. I'll get more into that later, but and I've been playing a little bit of Blaze Blue, Central Fiction.
Blaze Blue.
Yes, Blaze Blue. Everybody's on what you call it? Code.
Chaos Code.
Chaos Code.
You be playing Chaos Code? Everybody.
No,
he don't play that. He ain't ready for that game, yo. What you?
I'm about to say.
All these gentlemen playing Chaos Code. I might have to check it out. But I'm
new, man.
First $20, man. Like you
challenging everybody in it.
Now the only thing is I love Blaze Blue so much. I just been practicing.
I love Blaze Blue too, man. I gotta get Central Fiction.
And that's it, man. That's all I've been playing.
That's what's up. And like I said, it's definitely good to have you here, bro. Looking forward to your thoughts as well, man.
Appreciate it.
Yo, so we got another special guest. Well, no, he's not a special guest. He the co-host. He the co-host
I was about to
of.
say like
Yeah,
damn, bro.
I had to,
Buddha yet already?
yeah, we got my co-host, man, the big bro, and also another council member, Mr. Official. Go ahead, introduce yourself, brother, and let everybody know what you've been playing throughout the week.
What is going on, world? What is going on? It's Mr. Official VG here. Shouts out to everybody coming through, you know what I'm saying? King's Blood, Ken. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? You smart, you're loyal. You know what I'm saying? We the best. Anyway. What all have I been playing on this week? Actually, not really too much of nothing. Let me go look at my young gaming activity right quick. Just give me a quick second. Because I'm in front of my PlayStation right now.
Hold on, let me prepare to lie.
Actually, it ain't even a lie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know the deal since I, you know what I'm saying, moved out this way. I ain't really been playing too much. Only 3 games, actually, which is Marvel Heroes Omega, because I'm in a closed beta for that, Uncharted 4 MP, and some Chaos Code. Shout out to Mitch, aka Xbox Gang Ice. We ran some matches early this week, but that's really about it. Because I've been tired, man. I come in from work, and I can't really sit down and play, you know what I'm saying, for a long period of time during the weekday. Today, I'm finna get into some near Automata and Persona, and probably tomorrow I'll probably try to get some platinums or whatever. But yeah, today I'm finna get started on near and Persona, like really get started.
Yeah,
so
that's
good. Good work.
That's really all I've been playing. The weekdays I only have like maybe an hour and a half after I get home from work because of the time difference and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just try to play something quick, which is usually either Marvel or Uncharted. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I ain't really gotten. Oh yeah. Since we last played, I got what? No, I only got 1 platinum last weekend. That was what, the Full Throttle platinum.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I still got like what, 4 platinums lined up.
I got 7 platinums last week. I was on it. Yeah, this week I said,
you had that fever heavy.
Yeah, I said, look, this week I'm trying to play like my games that I'm trying to play. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is out, so I'm trying to get in that. So this weekend I'm taking a break, but next weekend I'll be back on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get at least a platinum a week or something. But I'll be at 50 I should be at 50 by June. 50
I should be at 30 by June, more than likely. Hopefully, if things go right. But that's all you've been playing throughout the week.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
What was you about to say, Ken?
No, I said I'm one of the few in the council that I'm not a trophy guy.
So you don't play games.
Everybody ain't got to be. As long as you play the games.
You don't play games, Ken. That's right.
Right.
I'm with you on that, bro. I own achievement hunt. They got that.
You know what's funny though? I really don't like during the PS3 time. I never really achievement hunted either. I just kind of played my games and that was it. But on the PS4, like when I met Kevin, stuff like that, and met a couple people that really do trophy hunt, and they kind of like inspired me, like let me try to get a couple platinums and see how it is. And I got a couple and I liked it, so I was like, let me try some more, and it turned into me trying to get a goal of 30 platinums before the end of this year. So.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like especially when I'm talking to y'all and stuff, I'd be like, damn, man, these dudes was getting these platinums. And I'm like, shit, I should, a little bit of that competitive spark, it fires up in me. But then it's like, I'll give you an example. Like on Horizon, I got to collect all these damn flowers. I'm like, nah, yo.
Easy, bro. Like that shit is easy.
I'm with you on that, bro. They be talking about 1,000 in games on Xbox. I'd be like, what? What am I getting?
I give y'all.
Oh, got that, bro.
Go ahead, Ken.
I said I definitely give y'all props on like sticking to it and all that.
Oh yeah, definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, respect that.
Appreciate it. But yeah, for me, man, the games I've been playing this week, it's been real simple. I've been playing Dragon Quest Heroes 2. I play Shyness, the Lightning Kingdom. Play a little bit of Uncharted, and the
bunny suit was in action.
Of course, man. Let's call it that bunny ears brigade, man. My bunny ears brigade. I be on it. I be on it.
About Ken, bang jokes. Persona be having this cat say her naked for real. I'm gonna try this street. They be head naked with some fur boots on and bunny ears.
I started the bunny ears brigade because that's my set. That's my crew, man. My bunny ears brigade. They're my peoples, man.
Imagine being on the other side. Like, What did I
Yo,
just say?
Yeah, I'll
actually,
be feeling disrespected too if I was on the other side.
folks on the other side be like, yo, does this guy have on pink and a bunny ears? What the fuck? Be like, yeah, motherfucking, you about to die.
Yo, that fucked me up, man. Like, I was like, yo, no wonder he killing everybody. They looking like, what the fuck is that?
You know, man, I be out here, bro. But Uncharted, I played a little bit of Mega Dimension on the Vita, trying to get that platinum because that's an easy plat, and I'm making that my first Vita plat. It's gonna be that game, so I'm gonna get that. And yeah, that's all I've been playing throughout the week. Again, like I said, I'm happy for everybody that's here today. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Shout out to Miss Choco, Titanfall Princess, and everybody for coming through. And before we start, I just want to, throw a little plug in there. Make sure you guys check out the online arcade with me and Jay Bari and Chuck. We got a lot of good tournaments coming up. And there's one actually today, the Naruto tournament, and there's a couple coming up in the next month. The next 2 months, we got some tournaments lined up with cash prizes and giveaways and stuff like that. So in the description, there's all the tournaments and all that good stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. And so yeah, let's jump into it.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna talk about everybody's favorite topic right now. Sales. We all know that everybody loves sales and they love these numbers. These are facts. So this week, late in this week, I think it was either yesterday. It was yesterday or Thursday. Sony announced that they are at 60 million consoles shipped, sold, whatever. I still start with an S, right? So, the as far as the gaming division goes, they are definitely looking really good. They said that the software sales are up as well from last year, and the movie division suffered a little bit, and the camera division did suffer a little bit. But let's focus on the gaming aspect. They're at 60 million consoles, and their software is selling good. They said that they're pretty much still pacing like right alongside the PS2 as far as sales. I actually think they said they might pass it. What do you guys think about that? Kingsblood, let's start with you.
See, that's what I be talking about. We gonna make the Xbox guys start out praising Sony. I knew y'all was gonna do that. I knew that too. Seen that coming too. Yeah, y'all ain't low. But let me be real. Let me be real. Like, Sony has killed it this gen, man. I gotta tip my hat to Sony. They really doing their thing right now. And out the gate, this generation, Sony was for the gamers. I gotta respect that. Microsoft wanted to cater to the couch potatoes. They damn near turned the Xbox to a fire stick, for God's sake. So I'm happy Sony doing their thing. I'm happy they doing their numbers. I'm happy they carrying gaming right now. I mean, people out here damage controlling the numbers. You're a weirdo for doing it. You gotta salute, man. Like, they've been doing this for a long time, and they deserve what they're doing. They did it for the gamers. They deserve it. I respect it. I'm an Xbox guy, and I respect it.
Okay.
What you think about that?
I mean, hey, man, look, man, I say it like this, man. It's okay to have a preference and still acknowledge when another company is doing something good.
Exactly.
I have no problems with that.
You got dudes crying about whether they said they shipped it or sold it. Like, come on, man, stop, man.
Well, I mean,
they out there.
There's always got to be those stipulations, man. I've always said this, that whenever it comes to Sony, things are looked at under a microscope. So hey, look, Sony doing it right now with these sales. The sales obviously prove that. So but Ken, what you think, man?
I don't think I'm that surprised by it. I mean, they're doing really well. They're putting out content. And yeah, I'm not really surprised. 3-4 years into a gen, Sony, they always, kind of like just take off. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like, I'm not surprised that they're doing really well,
It's at this point where it's, and this may sound a little cocky, but it's not surprising at this point. And I remember on Council Podcast, we used to always talk about sales like every week, and we used to get hyped that Sony was winning these months. But now it's just like whatever, So I get it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yo, Kev, what you think, man?
As far as the sales,
it's doing well.
I mean, I'm surprised it's still doing. I mean, I didn't think the sales was gonna slow up, but 60 million, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's like we almost had Wii U numbers because with the Wii U did like 100 million, and they
I
anticipating
mean
it
the
to be
Wii.
70. Yeah, the Wii. Sorry,
Yeah.
The Wii U ain't nowhere near them numbers, right?
Yeah, the Wii did 103 million at the end
Yeah,
of the
103
cycle.
million. So we close to them numbers, which is like pretty much the equivalent to the PS1 numbers because the PS1 did like 100 million somewhere around there. So that's still pretty good. That's pretty successful. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, history repeats itself, and you know this will be the first stage of like, you know, the second coming of the PS1, and then PS5, maybe be PS2 days all over again. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely a good look. I didn't anticipate it to be so soon, but I mean, that's obviously a good thing, you know, for gamers, not only just for PlayStation gamers, but it still proves the point that what many were saying last year about like games being dead and, you know, consoles, you know, possibly reaching their end when they ain't, because, you know what I'm saying, obviously the PS4 is very popular, luckily, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just a win just for Sony games, it's a win for us all who don't want to, you know, shift over to being PC barely, you know what I'm
The
saying?
PC barely is this guy. Nah, yeah,
Nah,
you're
but
right. I remember. A lot of gaming media was writing up that narrative that, you know, is console gaming dead? Is console gaming done? And if you look back at last gen and look at the end of the gen and look at the performance of the Xbox 360 and PS3, I think, you know, they were looking more so at the PS3 and how, like, you know, it launched out bad. It, you know, that cell architecture was hard to develop for, so a lot of developers weren't even trying to attempt to even put their stuff on there. So I think it did, you know, the PS3 did turn a lot of people away. And remember, the PS3 also did put Sony in a hole. You know,
yeah.
that almost, the PS3 almost destroyed Sony as a company. You know,
Yeah, and
so
I also want to put a little fanboy nugget in there, like my man's King of Blood say I used to be doing. Yeah, that just also goes to show you that PlayStation is really the market leader, because when PlayStation is failing, they feel like the industry is failing, don't they?
Oh man,
Can we
this
just put that
guy, you on that? Oh man, look, King's Blood. I ain't touching that.
Listen,
That's
we
on
won't
cam
do
right
that.
there.
But first and foremost, I'm for the culture. So, like,
Nah, I'm fucking
as long
around.
as gaming is alive and healthy, they once said hip hop was going to die. Where we at, baby? We still here.
I
Yeah,
Gaming
mean,
and that
is
is
still
true.
here.
Hey, all right.
Wait,
You're right.
wait.
I'm sorry, Derek. I'm gonna have to call you Swiss, but you're right, Swizzy. You're right.
Some people would argue hip hop did die. Yo,
I mean, some people hip hop did die, but I mean, I don't
Well,
think hip
yeah,
hop is
it's
dead.
true. But
Yeah.
we got mumble rap on the rise, and
Well,
Nah,
that's just
Kendrick still
another
doing his
genre.
thing.
Yeah, I'm saying you got Kendrick, J. Cole, and I hate to put Drake in this category, but Drake.
Drake got bars. He just, well, I know we're kind of going off topic. He just got to stop singing so much. But he's singing, you know, cater to the ladies. But when he
But
raps,
Sony
he
doing their
decent.
thing, man. If you're a sucker. If you say something about Sony numbers, you're a sucker. Like, be real. You're a
He's
sucker.
a sucker. That's
Sony
like
doing their
some.
thing,
there's
man.
people
Stop
saying
being a
that.
Oh,
sucker.
man.
Stop being a hater. They doing
You
their thing.
better,
Tip your hat to them.
Yeah.
you gotta
Definitely.
chill, man. You out here throwing
Called them suckers.
daggers to your own, man. Hold on.
Listen,
I'm trying to save you. Let us
I'm
do
a
that. Let us
realist
do that.
first,
We got
man. I'm
this.
a
We
realist
got this.
first, man. I'm a
Yeah,
realist
We got
first.
this, man.
yeah,
But
but no,
nah,
I
I mean,
mean,
it's a good thing, obviously. But it definitely is. It's a good thing because a lot of people were saying that Sony was going to be failing, and then they were also saying that the industry was going to be failing. A lot of people, I remember at the beginning of this gen, was saying Sony was going to be bankrupt by what, 2016 or something like that.
yeah, I think
And
it was analysts saying that shit because
yeah, it was analysts saying
they
that.
were looking at like
Yeah.
the software and how there was, you know, to them there wasn't enough software and things like that, and folks weren't buying the console at a high enough rate.
Yeah.
For the first like year and a half of the console's life cycle. So they were going off that and basing that off their reasoning of why the consoles would fail.
Also,
And that's not the case because, like, Xbox is at 30, 32, 35 million, PlayStation's at 60. Switch is selling good for right now. People are out buying these consoles. Like, it's not like, consoles are dead because it's clear that they're not dead.
also, you got to keep in mind though, around the time when them consoles was launching, and we was kind of in a bit of a recession period, so people really didn't have the money, and they weren't willing to go out and buy these consoles like that. So
Even in
PlayStation, they was
2008, from
yeah.
2008 to 2012, we didn't get out of the recession right out the gate, man. The recession
Yeah,
hit us
yeah,
for
and then
a few
Right.
years.
Some states
yeah, and
recovered early, but
Sony was already fucking up because they dropping $600 consoles and shit.
Yeah, folks
So
ain't got
with
bread
them,
like that.
yeah, they folks weren't trying to spend that much. Like PlayStation didn't really start taking off until it hit like what they're like $399, $299
yeah,
Yeah,
price range.
actually, it didn't start really taking off until the first Slim iteration came out. That's when it really took off because you had the
Yeah, yeah,
folks that were, the folks that like the bargain buyers. You always got those bargain buyers of a gen that'll wait regardless of what it is. They'll wait for a price drop because they know that it's coming. So, you've
yeah,
got
yeah.
that casual audience of people that's out there, buying the shit up every Black Friday. They buying them shits by
It's
the
not just
twos.
casuals,
right.
it's parents, man. Me being a parent, I know because I didn't really. I mean, I was a little bit more lenient this gen, but I know last gen I didn't get my daughters a PS3 until it was like 220 or something, 250.
Right.
It's not a PS4, PS3 last gen. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I understand. You right. You do have that. You know what I'm saying? A section of like console buyers who wouldn't get into like a little bit more cheaper. I mean, at the end of the day, I know we all grown and stuff, but initially these consoles aren't really for us. They're for the younger demographic.
Right.
So
The hell with that. That's for me.
No. It's. I think it's
for
for everybody, especially with the types of games and stuff that's coming out. I'd say it's more for everybody. I mean, the main demographic of these console games is what is it like?
17 to 34.
Like 35. Yeah, it's we fall in that. Most of us fall in that.
Yeah, most of
Nintendo
us
is for the younger generation.
Yo, it's funny. It's funny you say that though, Kingsblood, because on paper it is, but the demographic of people that's buying the Nintendo products are
it's
grown
older
adults.
people.
Are
Yeah, I
not grown
seen
men.
just look at
it's an older woman that I see back and forth to work every day playing in 3DS, and she playing, I don't know, Cooking Mama or something like that.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's weird though because like even though Nintendo does kind of cater to the young audience, like I could go and wake my daughter right now and ask what system she want. She'll say PlayStation, and she'll probably maybe even say an Xbox or something, but they're not really worried about no Nintendo stuff. Even they got 3DSs right now, and they don't even really touch it like that. They're more worried about their phones. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In the 3DS. Crazy.
and it's funny because the phone market is actually where the younger market, I
Yeah.
think, kind of is right now. Because I see little kids. When I'm going to work, I see little kids sitting on the train and stuff playing with their iPads, playing on their phones and stuff like that. That's what that's what kids and teenagers and stuff like that are really playing on. You feel me? Mobile. So in that aspect, I do feel that like these consoles, as far as Xbox and PlayStation, and even Nintendo, because Nintendo's got a lot of nostalgic shit that will cater more so to us because we appreciate where it came from. Like Zelda. You got a kid that's like 12 years old. He'll see Zelda and want to play it, but he doesn't understand where that comes from. He's not understanding the significance of a Zelda or a Mario title. Mario Kart 8 just came out Friday. Yo, I remember playing Mario Kart 8 as a kid during Thanksgiving and Christmas with my cousins and shit. Like that was family fun time, So Mario Kart period has that significance with us adults. So of course I could see an adult go on and picking that up for the Nintendo. That's nostalgia. You feel me? Exactly. I get it. But speaking of Nintendo, you say something good about Nintendo, and then these dudes come out and they squash your dreams, man. So Nintendo, they announced a new 2DS XL that will launch in America on July 28th. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm gonna let y'all speak. But I have to say this. What was the selling factor? And I bought the Switch. What was the selling factor of the Switch? It was to promote console and gaming on the go.
Right.
Why would you even do? Why do you got the 3DS XL, the new 3DS XL, and you got the Switch? Two consoles that promote portable and home gaming. Who asked for this? Yo, Blood, take it away, bro.
Look, I already bought my niece like a 3DS, and I'm about to get her to Switch this year. Like, what is this 2DS? Like, I'm not. That's not even in the for me. Like, what is it like the cheaper version of the 3DS or something like?
Yeah, but I mean, hey,
Well, the 2DS,
let me.
okay, the original 2DS it was supposed to be kid friendly. It was more durable, and it was, if you drop it, it ain't gonna crack. It was very, very, very sturdy, very durable, and very kid friendly. So the original 2DS was meant for kids to have, because you can't flip it closed or nothing like that. And the whole reasoning behind that, why they said they didn't want that, is because it is for kids and kids will break it or they'll mess it up. So them bringing out this new 2DS makes no sense because it defeats the selling factor of why folks bought the 2DS at all. Because it's supposed to be kid friendly. It flips, it's on hinges, it's doing all this extra shit. For what? You got the 3DS for that. So what is this for?
See, I was under the impression that the Switch was going to be the successor to the 3DS. And
I thought so too.
Yeah, like a hybrid. Like it's a home console that you can take anywhere. But I think what happened was the Switch's initial like negative reception to the battery life and all that stuff. And
yeah,
I think Nintendo decided to hedge their bets with this 2DS. I mean, I think that's the only logical explanation I can think of.
Exactly. I think the battery life is the only reason it's not the successor for the 3DS. You can't.
Yeah, I think it lasts like 2.5 or 3 hours off one charge.
Exactly.
You got to keep it charged up. I do want to switch though, just for like when I'm traveling and stuff. Like either that or another Vita. But
I mean, I want to switch as well, but 3 hours, and that's when it's brand.
But be real. Are you really gonna be gaming off of like not near a power supply for 3 whole hours though at once?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to damage control. I just 3 hours is a long time.
Man,
I could probably play
5 hours to get the Cali on a flight, bro. Yeah.
You got that power supply.
Even on most planes though, you got a power supply.
You got that power supply on that flight though.
Okay.
So it's
right.
Persona, that is a valid point. That I mean, how often are we away from our power source that long? But it's the thought of being tethered to something. I mean, you kind of want that freedom. It's portable. That's its selling point.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand what you're saying, but there's also the other side of that as well.
The Vita, you can run that for like 6 hours, maybe.
You can run that Vita for a minute, man. my Vita, I run that shit for like 6-8 hours, man.
Yeah.
But what you think? What you think, Kev?
The 2DS, I guess. I mean, all right, look, Nintendo got the paper for it. I know a lot of people, don't want to really acknowledge that, but they got the money for it. And people is buying these 3DSs and 3DSs and 2DSs at an alarming rate, regardless of what we really think. Mm-hmm. So obviously they catering to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But personally, I don't see the point of it when they got the Switch out. But how much is the 2DS? Like $149 or something?
It's $149, but it's also a downgrade from the 3D new 3DS XL.
That don't matter. That don't matter. That does not. That don't matter. It's cheap.
Just the 3D capability.
Yeah, I think it takes away the 3D capabilities, and I think it still has the 2 joysticks too. I'm not sure if it does or not. Hold on. I think it's cheap.
And parents who don't really know, and they just want to get their kids to just get some gaming, so they'll stop, harassing them about a console. They're gonna hello Demi.
That price point gonna have it moving. Trust me, that price point is gonna move it.
Yeah, it's gonna have it moving regardless, and especially around see, man, folks sleep on Nintendo, man. Sony as well. People, always think about PlayStation and Microsoft, but honestly, Sony and Nintendo is gonna be like that hit out of nowhere coming. I'm telling you, especially with the switching, because they're gonna be challenging PlayStation when it comes to these JRPGs. Because right now PlayStation got that on lock, but they need to watch Nintendo. I'm telling y'all this.
Yeah.
This Christmas, I'm telling you, with the drop of Mario Odyssey, they about to clean up, and they're gonna be a threat to both Microsoft and PlayStation come this holiday, because they got Mario Odyssey dropping, and when Mario drops,
people buy it.
Forcing like any other. Yeah, they gonna buy it.
Right. Now the thing about that though is we've also got the third parties that Switch don't have.
That is true, but they
will
still
be-
making some headway with some of these third parties though. And with this 2DX dropping, I'm telling you, this Black Friday, I bet you it's gonna be some type of bundle. It's gonna be a 3DS bundle and it's gonna be a 2DS bundle, and
Oh yeah,
those sales
you can
is gonna
count
be
on that.
unbeatable.
And
So
then
that's gonna
they
cut
probably gonna
into
have a
some.
Switch Special Edition.
Yeah, they're gonna
Mario
that's
Golf.
gonna cut into some of these possible Scorpio sales, and it's gonna cut into whatever Sony gonna have for the holiday, because they're gonna have something this holiday to counter the Scorpio. So it's gonna be something that's gonna force everybody to, you know what I'm saying, force everybody's hand to bring up some sort of bargain and whatnot. But I'm telling you, this 2DS, it may sound stupid to some people, but it's gonna make sense come the holiday. So, you know, they positioning themselves early, promise you. And I'm not even a fan of Nintendo like that, you know. But the way I see it is they making some chess moves.
They are,
whether y'all like it or not.
Now they are. Hey, look, I respect the competition because competition is good for everybody, especially good for the consumers. So, hey, look, all three gonna be fighting for our bread. You know, Microsoft gonna be fighting to get people to buy the Scorpio, Sony to buy the PlayStation, and Nintendo to buy the Switch. So you can definitely gonna see some price drops and bundles somewhere. You feel me? Yo, Demi, what's good, brother? You made a wrong turn at Albuquerque. What's good, bro? Nah, what up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm good. You know, I just went biking this morning, so maybe I did go on the wrong turn, but I'm here.
It sounds like you just woke up, man.
Hey, what's going
on?
Partaking in some unwholesome activities.
Nah,
man, not for the street.
I'm a wholesome man. I'm a faithful man.
Oh man, but give us your thoughts.
You talking about price points and Nintendo?
No, we're talking about
2DS.
Nintendo announced the new 2DS XL, which is going to be $150, and the shit don't make sense. But go ahead.
Oh, if anybody didn't see this coming, this is standard Nintendo right here. I didn't expect like a 2DS to actually like get an XL because I thought that was just a children's item.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is Nintendo. They're gonna flip something to make a profit, and people are gonna eat this up. Because I know a lot of Nintendo fans, even if they got like 3DSs, and this is no knock at Nintendo fans, but even if they have 3DSs, they will still go out and buy the latest one if they can get it for a cheaper price. So they just gonna eat it up. They're gonna buy this. This is gonna sell like hotcakes still.
Yeah, I respect it. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, my bad. What y'all think about that E3 though?
Man, my fault. I don't know what just happened. They just kicked me out of everything. Jesus.
Okay, we still live though.
Yeah, we still live. We still live. But Jesus, I got scared too. Like, don't end it. What happened?
No, you good. It says Super Sona's on. I'm looking through the yeah, I'm looking on my tablet. They got two of you right now. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Let it be two, man.
But in the actual like chat via Google right now, you know what I'm saying? I just see one.
Yeah, so one's fine.
No, actually, it's two in here too.
Yeah, I see two in here too.
Oh,
that's weird.
But Demi, did you give all your thoughts?
Now you left the call.
Yeah, I did.
All right. On to the second thing. So you guys know Nintendo for the past, I think, 2 E3s, they've been real notorious on not pretty much giving like a big presentation at E3. And this year's E3 makes no difference. So Nintendo announced that they won't be doing a large-scale E3 conference this year. Yo, Kingsbud, take it away, bro.
Bro, like Nintendo. Let's be real. Nintendo has a sparse lineup. That's why they're not doing a large scale E3 conference, man. Like, come on, man. You know, their E3 lineup was probably like 30 minutes long, and they knew it, and they said, you know what? Let's just chill this year, man. That's moody.
But they shouldn't have a sparse lineup, though, G. Only reason I say that because they got a whole new console out.
And Mario Odyssey is supposed to be coming out the end of this year, so it's like you got to get up on that. I mean, Mario
got their first parties, but you know they don't have no third party to really carry them up there. I mean,
I
They
think
got some third parties because they cutting into the PlayStation JRPG market. I'm telling y'all this, but
But you know,
especially from that Switch reveal, they had a lot of games that they were showing.
I think they want well, I think the reason is for just like previous years. I don't think it's necessarily because their lineup is sparse, which it is, but I think when they don't go to E3, they can control their message more because we've seen when Nintendo has been at E3, like the media just things get misconstrued and what is Nintendo doing and all this and that. Nintendo likes these directs. They control their message and they speak directly to their fans. They avoid all the media hubbub and all that stuff. I think that's why they do it.
They really like doing a treehouse.
Yep.
Nintendo loves doing a treehouse is because they can do their own thing and work on their own time and like completely convey their own style. Like Nintendo loves to be silly and childish and playful. Right. So they really can't do that on this E3 stage like that because if you ever notice, like E3 stage is all business talking. Yeah, Sony may have an orchestra and Microsoft may drop a car for Forza or whatever, but it's always the most like serious tone. So they like to be, they like to act like kids in their treehouse and stuff. So they really just not going to E3 like that anymore.
All they gotta do is pass the information down to their lieutenant. Obi-Wan plays. He gonna get it out there. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still feel that you should still make an appearance at E3 just because you do have a new console out. And although, word does spread fast and, social media and things like that, you have all that on your side. I still think it's important for you to come on stage and really show everybody, what's good. I still like those conferences are folks watch that stuff. And if folks aren't watching it, the gaming media will definitely report on it. And again, the media will report on it regardless if there's a conference or not. But you have a new console out, and you saying that you're dedicated to third party, bringing on third party devs. That's your stage to really show, hey, look, this is the third party devs. This is what we have coming through. On the Switch. This is why you need to buy the Switch. And then again, showing that Mario, you got to show that Mario, man. Like on that stage, I feel Mario should be shown. But again, I don't know. Then again, it's like they could release a Mario gameplay trailer today, and that should have been #1 on Twitter for like the rest of the week. Like, so it's a very Nintendo's very different than Microsoft and Sony, and I think Sony kind of picked up on that, and that's why Sony's kind of branching off into the whole PSX realm because Nintendo doesn't have to be at E3 and they'll still sell.
Yep.
Right. And I think what Microsoft is looking at, Sony is looking at that and it's like, yo, this PSX, that's where this PSX came from, man. They really trying to like hit gamers and branch away from E3. I think everybody's really trying to branch away from E3 because E3 is dying. Like let's not talk like E3 is still the shit. It is dying. But I still feel you should still make some type of appearance there. I feel at least.
I don't think it's dying necessarily. I think these companies they understand that it's a value add to have your own conference and be directly connected to the gamers. So they're like, okay, we'll do E3, but we're gonna have this as well.
Yeah. Okay. Kev, did you give your thoughts? Oh, that's what you think? Cool.
Nah. I don't really have much to add to it. I've said my piece. Like, and like what Ken was saying, rather, they want to pretty much control the message, and they don't really got much going on. But I still think that they're gonna have games to announce, and whatnot. But I don't know why they keep doing these particular. I don't know, man. Nintendo is gonna do what they're gonna do, and we'll see how the public responds to it. Overall.
Okay.
I will say this though, they do need to follow up.
They do need
to follow up on like the games that they were showing at the Nintendo event. They need
the Switch reveal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they need to follow up on that.
What better stage to do that than E3?
they are going to do that, but they just not going to do it like on an actual E3 stage.
They need to show more, no more heroes. They need to show off that Shin Megami Tensei, that Octopath
What the hell are
Traveler.
these? What the hell do they hold these directs at anyway? They don't even reveal the location. It's like a fucking secret lair. This shit is a secret lair.
They in a Nintendo bunker. They in the Nintendo bunker.
Nintendo bunker. You right.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things turn out in the near future.
I respect Nintendo, but when it comes to their directs and E3, I don't really be expecting much. Like that shit is just like, I hear about it. I don't even really try to watch them. I mean, the diehard Nintendo fans will probably like really try to keep an eye out for it. You know, the doc trades and stuff like that. But outside of like the other folks who really, you know, I don't know. We just hear about it.
That last Nintendo Direct on Pokemon, the latest Pokemons, it was just so bad.
Like, I know this is gonna sound bad, and I'm not trying to knock Nintendo fans, but they get hyped up for a lot of these directs just to get let down. I don't know. They be expecting some news, and it just be some shit that's totally left. So, like, when it comes to the Nintendo E3, I would expect no less than that. Like, they're gonna get hyped up, and then it's not gonna be what they expect it to be. But somebody somewhere is gonna make it out to more than what it was, and then it's gonna be a world of dreams being fulfilled somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when they do drop some good news, it is good news. Like the Mario Odyssey, I'm interested in that, but I don't think it's gonna be as hype as many of the Nintendo fans are gonna make it up to be, like the diehard Nintendo fans.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, moving on. So you guys know that Tekken is coming out this year, June 2nd, to be exact. And we're gonna be having one less player on the roster. So you guys know Roger, the boxing kangaroo. He has been taken out of Tekken 7 due to a viral video of the man that ran up and punched that kangaroo in the face because the kangaroo was messing with his dog. So people complain, a lot of animal lovers, blah blah blah, were complaining about the guy that did that. And I'm like, well, shit, my dog getting beat up. I'm about to run to my dog's rescue. So a lot of folks was complaining about that. So Tekken felt it wasn't, they would get bad press by keeping Roger in the game, so they took him out.
This is sad, man.
You know what doesn't make sense though?
Go ahead. Lead us off, Demi. Go ahead.
Kuma the bear is still in the game.
This is what I'm saying, bro. And panda bears aren't panda bears an endangered species or something like that?
Nah, they're not endangered anymore. But
they were. And
if you're gonna have
like
animals in the game, bro, at least follow up on every animal, not just the kangaroo.
I was thinking that same thing, man.
It's pandering. They're shook over. I mean, how long has Roger been in for decades? You know what I'm saying?
There for like a few years.
Yeah, Tekken 2 is at least
you see it.
The second one, my knowledge. But anyway, these people, it's not like they're playing Tekken. It's not like Tekken is affecting the lives of kangaroos or anything like that. I can't stand stuff like that. Why are you placating the people that don't care about your game or their game is not affecting their business or any it's
Hey, every animal activist better buy this game and be combo gods. I know that much.
It's an L on Bamco because they're not gaining anything by removing him from the game. They're still gonna cream and roll.
Well, they're saying that, just so that, and I don't want anybody to jump on PETA, because, that's where my mind was heading when I first seen this. But PETA wasn't to blame for this, actually. The Harada said that Bandai Namco was the ones that said, pull him because they were worried of potential blowback.
What?
Well, I'm mad at Namco more than anything. It's not the actual people are gonna complain no matter what you do. So just stand by your convictions. That's what I don't understand. You made him, you made him to be in the game. Then you're gonna pull him for what? Because you're scared about people complaining that are gonna complain anyway and not buy your game. Like, stop.
What about people who main Roger the Kangaroo? Who
Right?
they got to play with now?
Gotta play
Right.
that panda.
I mean,
Yo,
Roger's
King's
trash anyway, so I don't care. But
I got a little
King's Blood,
nugget
what
of
you think,
info
bro?
for y'all though.
Oh, go ahead.
No, let King's Blood go.
Okay,
I'm
King's Blood. Go ahead.
gonna
Give us
get
your
into
thoughts,
my
brother.
point in a second.
I agree with Ken, man. This is like ridiculous. Like, what? At least put them out and see how they respond to it, man. If they all going crazy, then pull them. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, you're gonna pull a character just because you think they might say something? Like, oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. Like they Kev, give us your little nugget or whatever you was gonna say.
I'm about to send you the info 1 second.
Okay.
This is ridiculous, man. Like,
I mean, my whole thing is this,
Get my
man.
thoughts.
Stuff like this is the reason. It's part of the reason why I kind of hate where gaming is going or has become in some instances, just because we live in a very sensitive society. And I don't mean sensitive in a, trying to belittle somebody, but I mean in a sense of a sensitive society where, topics of like race and political views and things like that can trigger the any of us. Even the strongest of person can feel some type of way of what somebody says or does if it pertains to something that is of a sensitive issue.
Hey, Persona, I got a question. I might be in the wrong game. It might be something else, but I think I'm in the right game. Don't King wear like a tiger head or something like that?
Yeah, he do. It's
Bruh.
head,
Puma and Kuma.
and he does wear that, and he's been wearing that since the very beginning. And he's got a
take him
tail
out the
too.
game?
He's like I think he's like some animorph because he is a tiger.
No, he's a person
God.
in the tiger suit.
He's a person.
Nice.
He's like a luchador, basically.
Yes, Lucha.
Well,
Yeah.
he cut the tiger head, and that tail move on its own. What's good? Yo,
Oh,
I'm trying to
no.
figure things out.
If you really worried about if he like a luchador and that's not really his real, that's like a mask. If you know about Peter, they got something to say about stuff like that. Like they be at athletes' games complaining about them wearing fur coats and stuff like that. So they would probably complain that like your character has a damn tiger head on. Like, come on, man. Like, it makes no sense. It should have left the character in the game, man.
Yeah, I personally feel that developers need to kind of just create their vision. There's too much influence from the general public, and I get it. You're trying to sell your game to us, so you're trying to make sure that it is at least somewhat in line with what folks may expect and what folks may like. But something like this, you should have just let be. You should have just let be. Let Sleeping Dogs Fly. You should have put him in there, let him stay in there, and let him if there is blowback or something like that. Like, look, he's been a character, and your justification for that is he's been a character in this game since before this even happened. And if anybody has a problem with that, like, he's been in this game for a very long time. This isn't like a new character that they decided to create because of the whole kangaroo incident. This character's been here. He's been established. So that's where my issue lies. This is an established character already. And the fact that you're removing him shows weakness. It shows weakness.
That's a good point, but this ain't Tekken's first rodeo with being scared of like some public criticism. That's what I was about to get into. I sent you the article.
Yeah, I'm looking
because back in 2015, they had when I guess when the game was first like revealed or whatever, it was getting criticism because of that chick Lucky Chloe and the cosplay community. Something about like her offending like the women out here because like the way she's dressed and stuff like this is real stupid.
Yeah,
so they changed her character design.
They had the Arabic dude that got revealed. A
lot
of people about that too.
Yeah, they was kind of Tekken gets some flack which is weird because like Capcom is kind of savage because they revealed Rashid on September 11th. And you ain't hear nothing about that.
Folks want to think
You don't
about
remember that?
Yeah.
The day that they revealed Rashid was on September 11th. And nobody said a word, but for some reason Tekken is getting all of this heat for like minuscule shit. For damn kangaroo. And the people who say, you know, the comment that Harada dropped as far as like a bear being stronger than a human, do you know a damn kangaroo can choke you out?
Kangaroo can kill you, bruh.
Yeah, it can kill you.
Exactly.
You could literally get killed if you get in the chokehold of a kangaroo. I know it got little short arms and shit, but if you get in the chokehold of a kangaroo,
bruh. If that kangaroo get a hold of you, his kick is so strong that when he grabs you by the neck to pull you in and kick you, he could break your ribs. He could break
break neck.
Kangaroo
and the claws on their feet can viscerate you too.
It's
kangaroo
crazy
is pulling up, bro.
My man hit that kangaroo. He lucky.
Yeah,
like,
I was about to say.
You really a survivor, my man. Like
you was
yo, for real.
Yo, if you watch the videos I be watching, you understand.
Because that video of that guy punching that kangaroo, he punched the kangaroo because the kangaroo had a dog in the chokehold. He was about to kill a dog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I don't understand why people like in the uproar about like Roger being in Tekken 7 were like a kangaroo can hold his own. A kangaroo can kill you or do worse.
He has boxing gloves. Like he's obviously a fiction. It's ridiculous. His character is so far removed from reality that I don't understand why. It just makes no sense to me.
Right? Yeah, it's stupid, man. Because I don't see Italians being mad about Mario.
That's what I'm saying. But see, that's the thing though. When you look back at like other games that include animals, like I remember in Ghost, the dog was running around killing people, jumping around, biting the people at the neck. Yo, ain't no humans like I'm offended by this. Like, it's certain things that you know you kind of just have to just let folks get their anger out and keep it moving. You can't let these things dictate your game because I swear, man, you'll lose fans off that, man. Just pleasing people that ain't going back by the game, you know. Like I remember folks with Destiny, folks complained a lot about how Destiny wasn't this and Destiny wasn't that, and Destiny worked hard on trying to build a better community, build a better game with the expansions and stuff like that. And you know, Destiny is a good game, but the people that complain don't play the game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
The people that complain about these issues with these consoles and these issues with a lot of these games and the game needs to be like this, their intentions of buying it are slim to none. They're just complaining to complain. We live in a society of complainers nowadays. Look at Twitter, look at Facebook. People complain. This is what people do. You can't let that dictate your game though.
Because it was just like when people complain about Overwatch and Trace's pose.
Oh, yo, bruh.
Oh, yeah, that shit was stupid.
Yo, remember that, Demi? They complained that her, what was it? Her pose is too sexual. I said, bruh, what? Do you know how many games is out here? Did you play GTA and you talking about this? What?
It was so stupid, bro. And then they changed the pose and it was still sexual.
Blizzard got the last laugh on that. They changed the pose and it was like almost the same, but her leg was up or something like that. And
the leg was up. Yep, it was the same thing. Just up the leg. It's like, so if anything, you showing more now. You showing more now doing that shit. Right. Oh man, I don't know, man. I just personally feel like that was, you know, a little weak in my opinion.
It all goes back to what you were saying, though, Persona. It's the way society is, man. It's soft these days, man. Especially American society, and with America being one of the largest markets, they gotta do what they gotta do what they feel is right to please us, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, moving on. Something came out this week, a reveal. And yo, man, I'm terrible. I'm gonna tell you why I'm terrible, because it's like every time Infinite Warfare left a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. I said I wasn't going to even look at the next card because I'm sick of being led on. So I seen the reveal. I saw that it was going to be World War II. I seen the reveal, and immediately me and my weak ass got hyped. Had to pre-order it. But the reveal was definitely dope. Did everybody see the reveal? What's your thoughts on it? Give me your thoughts.
I
Start
didn't
with
see
you,
the
Kingsboy.
4 reveal.
You've seen enough to know, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kingsboy, give us your thoughts. Take us away, man.
I seen enough to know, and I like what I saw, but I'm still skeptical. I'm not pre-ordering because they done got me with this. They got me before, and I'm not falling for that again. Like I like what I'm seeing visually. The game looks stunning. It looks better than a lot of Call of Duties, but that's that's just a trailer right now. I gotta see it. I gotta see I gotta see it on the console. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't stand how cartoony Call of Duty be, man. But this one looked like the real thing. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna wait till it get closer. If I like what I see, I'm picking it up. But you know, it's still some things they gotta do to get my money, man. You gotta get rid of that no scoping and all that weirdo stuff they be doing on there, man. Like,
Wow, man.
you gonna work for this money. I'm sorry, Battlefield been doing their thing. I'm still playing Battlefield 4. You gonna work for this.
Oh wow,
Yo,
you
I'm
play
like that
Worm?
cheap dude in a strip club right now. You gonna work for this money.
Oh no.
This guy.
You gonna work for this. I need to see it, man.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Ken?
Yeah, Kevin.
I,
Yo, this guy. Yo, he's still. Go ahead, Kev.
I'm indifferent as far as Call of Duty goes. Until they fix that garbage level design, I really don't care about the franchise. So, and I'm not. I don't like World War II games, to be honest. I don't like the weapons. They bore me. I'm actually a fan of more modern weapons, so I'm probably gonna pass on this game more than like I have with the last, I don't know, half a dozen Call of Duties. Unless this game does something that's so drastically different and that's compelling, then
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, Demi,
Yeah.
give me your thoughts on this card reveal. What you think? You picking it up? You gonna wait? You're not impressed? What's up?
The trailer for the campaign looks amazing.
Mhm.
You and Kingswood have seen my video, so
Yeah.
I'm hyped. Like it's been a long time since we've been in World War II. Now, granted, I personally don't want to go back to World War II. I feel like it's been done. It's been
Yeah, they need to
beaten.
go do Vietnam.
It actually hasn't though. It hasn't been done. Well,
Yes,
in
it has.
the Call of Duty, no, it has been done in COD, but I don't think it's been. I think it's a refresher to have that come back, just because we've been having so many of these modern CODs. Battlefield did it, and it worked out extremely well for them. I don't see why they can't do it either.
I mean, it's so many wars to cover though.
Before Modern Warfare, we had an oversaturation of Modern Warfare. I mean, of World War II games.
World War II. Yeah,
that was
because
back
that's
in
pretty much all Call of Duty was doing during the PS2 days.
Yeah,
that was during the
Xbox
PS2
One.
days, though. That
Medal of Honor too.
And then Medal of Honor. Yeah.
Medal of Honor and COD and Battlefield. I guess they kind of did.
And Day of Defeat. It was so many World War II games were out around that time.
But how long ago was that? That was
getting
like 15
oversaturated.
years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Man.
That was a long time ago.
I mean, yes, it's a refresher, and granted, I'll do like World War II, but I do feel like it's been beaten. It is wars I like to see covered, but I'll take what I can get because we actually are back to boots on the ground. Take a drink.
Yeah.
I need to see more multiplayer. That little 5-second teaser trailer, them talking about the tower and showing two guys standing there wasn't enough for me. I do like the dedication that Sledgehammer has, though. They seem to really be like trying to get that realistic experience, playing around with the weapons and no health regen in the campaign. That's something I want to see translate to multiplayer so bad, man.
Right.
But I need to see like more before I'll be like, yo, let me throw all this cash towards them. But I am there right now. I just need to see it much more from the multiplayer side of things.
Okay. That's what's up. I respect that. I do. Kev, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I mean, it looks cool, you know what I'm saying, thus far. But I do want to see a little bit more. I mean, I am interested. I've seen the flamethrower, and me being a reckless man, and I am. That was enough to kind of entice me. It looks good though, but hopefully the story is on point. I just don't want to get oversaturated with the World War II stuff, man. The thing is, everybody is copying off one another to kind of lead the market, because the reason that folks Call of Duty, I believe, is going back to World War II because they were starting to lose their market away from Battlefield, because Battlefield made, you know what I'm saying, the earlier wars look cool again because folks was getting tired of being in the future. I think the main thing what was really kind of becoming annoying, but I think the Call of Duty still gonna have that problem of people being unsatisfied with the multiplayer in some way, shape, or form. You always gonna have that little section of the audience like, man, this is trash and that's trash. But
Well,
I will
actually,
honestly,
the article came out and they said that this COD is actually being received very well from. But it said
yeah,
it's
I
saying
know,
it's the
but
most liked COD on YouTube right now.
yeah, right now, but let it get into the hands of the public, and then you're gonna have. I'm serious because it happens all the time. Call of Duty cannot escape it. You know what I'm
I'll
saying? You're
say
gonna
by
have
January of next year, they're gonna hate
somebody's
on
like,
that.
man, this shit is trash.
The
They
same old
doing this.
narrative.
They doing yeah. It's gonna be the same old story. So it don't really matter the time frame that you're playing in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But overall, though, like both uh, titans of the first person shooter genre, they copy from one another, because also there was one iteration of Battlefield that I know was set in the future, but it didn't do too well at the time. So they went back to, you know what I'm saying, the olden days or whatever the case is. But focusing a little bit on what Demi said, I really wish that they kind of would have went to another time zone. I really liked them when Battlefield had their Vietnam pack, even though it was like DLC and whatnot. I really wish that they would kind of have a game that's like on the level of Call of Duty and focus on Vietnam, because you know you have these off-brand games to kind of do it. But I really wish that somebody like COD or maybe the Battlefield team would like kind of make a full game just focused on that instead of just the usual World War One, World War Two type shit over and over. So I do agree in that aspect. But as far as gameplay, it looks solid. I am interested in it. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I haven't really bought a Call of Duty. Thank God for game sharing. Since
This guy.
I didn't even buy Black Ops 3. Shit, the last Call of Duty that I've bought was what, maybe Advanced. No, I didn't buy Advanced Warfare either. It was Ghost, honestly.
Damn, Kev.
Damn.
Yeah, I haven't bought a Call of Duty since then. I've been just game sharing, you know. Shouts out to game sharing.
Facts.
So,
I think one of the
but
biggest things that hurt COD was the advanced suits, the advanced movement, and the
it was that double
exosuits.
jumping shit.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
wall running and all that. Like
The
that.
only
That's still,
thing that,
Titanfall juice, man.
yeah,
yeah,
they
but
they
the
should have
only
left Titanfall with that. You
the
can't.
only iteration of Call of Duty that really fit that was Black Ops for me. The Infinite Warfare shit really didn't fit it. Sometimes I wish that
Advanced
Call of
Warfare
Duty would
overdid
sell.
it.
Yeah, I think I wish that Call of Duty sometimes would sell like certain parts of the game separately, because I do be wanting to play the single player. The single player is pretty solid regardless of which iteration of them. But it's just when it comes to MP, it just gets into that fuckboy shit, and you got the assholes who kind of like overuse these features and cheese out the shit to where it's not enjoyable. Because I feel like when I played the Infinite Warfare beta, like it was so much cheese going on, I just didn't even bother.
Right.
Like I couldn't see where the sunshine was at. It
Is
was just
is no scoping still in the game? Because I remember that they took it out in one of the games and people like started flipping tables and crap, losing
Yeah,
their minds over it. And
it's there, but it's not as fluid as it used to be in the older cards. But it's still something that you can do. But
If
I don't really
Sledgehammer
see-
want to win with this, they got to take that out completely.
Yeah. A little bit on what Demi was saying when he was talking about the sound effects. I ain't gonna lie, like sound effects get you hyped while you playing the game, man.
they do.
Like last Call of Duty I played competitively, which was Ghost. That sound effects was terrible. As somebody that like produces beats and stuff, like you know what's made in like synthesizers and shit like that. And those gun sounds, those gunshots, all that was terrible. It sounded disgusting. Like that should push me away from Call of Duty. The fact that they going into the studio, they really doing the work the way Battlefield does. I'm happy for that. Like I gotta tip my hat to that. They doing that thing. I'm thankful.
I think it's time for a new engine though.
It is.
Man, it's been time for a new engine forever. Like Call of Duty should look
Yeah.
real, man. What's up with this cartoon stuff? They love it. Like,
Yeah, it's time for a new engine, man.
I mean, y'all think
Gotta
it still look like a
upgrade that.
cartoon? I think it looks good for its age. I mean, maybe during the Ghost days, I would say it needed a new engine, but I mean, I think it's been looking decent as far as like the single player and whatnot.
If it's gonna have that same engine where if I kill somebody in multiplayer and they fall over,
And
like
it
they
drop.
they fall over and hit that slump, like I'm done,
Oh, yeah.
man.
right.
Believe it or not, it has that look, that lower texture quality in order to get that rock solid, 60 FPS. That's what makes Call of Duty Call of Duty. That
Telephone.
gameplay.
Somebody call him Snake.
That's Persona, I think. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
I'm good.
I can't lie though. I'm kind of happy for it though. Like, like I said, I gotta wait and see though.
Yeah.
I gotta wait and see. I'm not throwing my money. I done bought almost every Call of Duty. I haven't played any online since Ghosts.
Oh,
Like,
no,
I like to check out the stories though. Like, but I noticed that even in the story mode, you don't even remember none of the characters. I haven't remembered the Call of Duty characters since Soap, Price, and my man Mason from Black Ops. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
stories
I
ain't
haven't
even
really.
carrying
The stories are good though, because like the last one, they good, but you're right. It hasn't been anybody memorable since Soap and
Right.
Price. Honestly, I will admit that you right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving on. Y'all already know the hype for this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is real. And you guys know they released a slew of information this week though. They released a story trailer. Then after that, gameplay leaked, and then they released some gameplay. And then they released a whole bunch of information talking about the mechanics of the game and why it's structured the way it is and things like that. One of the most notable things as far as changes, this is still a speculation, but if this turns out to be true, Ryu has had the same button. Ryu has had the same button command since. Kev, I swear I'm gonna fly to Cali and beat your ass. Ryu has had the same button command since the dawn of time. But in this game, he will hit. Supposedly, this is speculation. His Shoryuken will be a down punch instead of a that was a speculation. I'm not saying it's true.
It was a speculation, but I think Max, I follow Max. He said that it's gonna be still original controls or whatever. It was just the build that they were playing. I think the early build that had it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I follow Max heavy,
I thought that was real. I figured they would have done something like that to kind of casualize, make it a little more casual friendly.
That would have.
Yeah, that would pissed off a lot of people. But Kingsblood, let's start with you. What did you watch a trailer and any gameplay? And if you did, did you enjoy it? Do you like what you see?
I watched the trailer. I'm not a player of Marvel versus Capcom, but I love watching it. Like, I'm a fan of the series from a spectator point of view.
Okay.
Because I flat out suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I suck. I'll be getting mopped. I'll be getting mopped. Too. But I love watching it on YouTube. I liked watching it when I was at Evo, like watching all them dudes go at it in it. And I'm hyped to see it, man. Like, I know they're gonna be on Twitch going crazy on this game. So I'm hyped, man. I want to see what they're doing on it. I mean,
okay. Is it a game that you yourself will pick up, or you just gonna pass?
Nah, I'm gonna pass on this one because I'm so trash. It's not worth picking up.
Okay.
Damn.
I respect it, bro. Keep it real.
I got a competitive spirit, man. When I'm losing, I can't be doing it like that, man.
Yeah. Hey, believe me, I know. Like, I be yelling at the TV. I've broken many of controllers over the years.
Yeah.
That competitive spirit. But yo, Demi, what's your thoughts on this, man? You did you like what you saw? Are you picking this up? What's up?
I'm definitely gonna pick it up. One thing I'm kind of iffy about though is if you look at the gameplay, it seems like the speed of it is kind of slower now. I remember like MVC being fast, and I'm just looking at him just like something is slower about this. I don't know if it's still that build.
They're probably trying to make it more spectator friendly. Like watching that game on a screen, like how fast it be, it looks awkward. Like especially when you, let's say if you watching it on TV, like if you watching the Evo on TV, like it would look crazy when they going off fast like that. But yeah,
I mean, they said that they wanted to, you know, like Ultimate 3 was so fast, like you kind of couldn't keep up at times because it was just so much coming out, so much going on the screen. So and plus this is only 2 characters. You're only using 2 characters, and this time it's not assist based. You kind of you're switching out. So in mid combo, you could switch out to another character and you know, continue your combo. That's pretty much like the assist or whatever the case may be, and you can kind of extend your combos like that. But go ahead, Demi. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, well, the speed is one thing, and I kind of get like Cross vibes when I look at it. I'm getting like heavy Street Fighter Cross like type gameplay when I look at it, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just like, wow, this actually could turn out like either really good or really bad, depending on how the assist system like can flow well in the match. The gyms, I'm still iffy on the gyms. They look like they're gonna be one heavy gameplay turner in the like out of nowhere, kind of like X Factor was in 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your thoughts.
Yeah, this is my thought. I'm gonna buy it day one.
Buy it? Okay. So, you know, we're gonna have, you know, the online arcade is definitely gonna be hosting a premier tournament on that. So we hope to see you sign up. It will be some good prizes. Demi.
I'll come through, man.
Yo, Ken, what's your thoughts, man?
I don't know, man. Like, okay, so the speed, as far as speed goes, to me it looked like Marvel 3. Marvel vs. Capcom.
Nah.
I think it looked like when it first came out, it was slow. Like, I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this at all. Now, just a disclaimer, I am garbage at Marvel games, so I'm not an expert by any means or anything like that. But the only thing that concerns me is some of the movesets look very similar to the ones in Marvel 3. And I'm just like, man, I mean like straight, like they probably they just reskinned some people. But I'm hyped because it's gonna have Capcom and Marvel characters. As far as mechanically, I gotta see more. I'm gonna wait till the game comes out. I don't think I'm a pre-order or anything like that. But I'm I'll wait till the day it comes out or whatever. But I'll more than likely end up having.
What'd you say, Kingsblood?
I was saying, Ken, are you saying you noticed the copy and paste as far as the moveset?
No, man.
This guy,
look at oh man, I gotta see it again. There were like combos that were the same, you know, magic what you call it, Magic series. It was like the same thing. I'm like, that's very similar, but I don't have the game in my hands. It could be different, you know. Frame counts could be different, so who knows? But that's my initial impression of the game.
Okay.
It's not good, or I mean, it's not great, but it's better than I thought it was like a few weeks ago.
Okay, I mean, I respect that.
We'll see.
Kev, what's your thoughts, man? I know you. Me and you in the same boat.
Man.
But go ahead, bro.
Well, first and foremost, if y'all don't know, I always say, you know, folks say I'm a PlayStation fan and all of that, but I'm a Marvel fanboy first and foremost. So y'all not finna be disrespecting Marvel, even if I am trash in Marvel vs. Capcom. So y'all gonna respect Marvel. The game looks good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best in Marvel vs. Capcom, but I'm gonna play it. I'm anxious as hell. I do have it pre-ordered, but I want it pre-ordered via Amazon because Amazon is really my go-to spot. But I have the special edition pre-ordered from GameStop. I'm very, very thirsty for this. That shit looks good, man. I don't know what the hell y'all seeing. I got some points. It does not look reused. I do understand some combos. Like, you can only do so much with Hulk. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really change him up too much.
Like Hulk's combo,
he's more like a combo extender.
Like in Marvel.
Yeah.
He's like a finisher.
Combo. Like, damn, they could have switched it up a little bit.
I mean, but see, we still haven't seen nobody like fully play with Hulk. I mean, you can already expect like the waves to come from him. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Because he's so big, you're not gonna be able to get like big combos off from him.
I'm not talking
But
about like the wave. I'm talking about like the dial a combo, like the what do you call it? Light,
The Gamma
light
Crusher.
punch, medium punch, light kick.
no, it's just light. It's light punch and hard punch, and you
I
know
know.
they base it off. It's like a hybrid though, man. Because like I said, y'all gotta watch these Maximilian videos.
I've watched
The speed I think is similar to Marvel versus Capcom, vanilla Marvel versus Capcom. I'll say it between Marvel versus Capcom and Marvel superheroes. Nah, Marvel superheroes. The gem elements is for Marvel superheroes because Marvel superheroes had it where you can get access to the Infinity Gems and whatnot, which I thought was dope. I'm hoping they still have Thanos in here.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
What?
No.
Go ask your question.
No. Well, I was gonna say, do you think with the introduction of the Infinity Gem, is it still gonna be on the same competitive level as say Marvel 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Because the
gem, why wouldn't it be?
Because I guess it's not.
You think it's not gonna be balanced?
Yeah, like not balanced. That's what I mean. Like,
I remember folks complaining about X Factor in 3, and yet they made it as balanced as possible for competitive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be balanced. It's just something to give it a different flavor because a lot of people, even like cats like Maximilian, was complaining about Street Fighter 5 to being so conditioned and shit to where in which you don't really have much that you can like show your creative side with. So with them having Infinity Gems and these different combo extenders, and not only that, it's not Marvel vs. Capcom 2 focused because you know if all your characters die, that's it. You don't have no second and third round. You got rounds to go this go round, so you can kind of prolong the matches. You know what I'm saying?
Matches are longer,
a little bit longer.
Yeah, because you got to kill both characters to win one round.
And then on top of that, you're gonna have damage balancing as well. So I mean, you're gonna have a lot of things that they're gonna be tweaking, you know, for the final product of the game. But the game looks phenomenal, man.
Barry said, real quick, Kev. Barry said, I think the gameplay is more from Marvel vs. Capcom, and the buttons are from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And the speed looks like MVC 3, just less clutter.
I respect that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He right.
I agree. No, I actually welcome the gems. It like I think it should be switched up.
I don't get my talent on.
You know how some hardcore communities can be. So I was just throwing that out there. Yeah. I welcome the gems. I think it's crazy. I think the space gem is insane. You know, so
a little cheesy, but you
know. We'll see.
Go ahead, Kev.
Yo, can we talk about in 1 second, Kev? Can we talk about how Ultron has his own assists, bro? Like,
oh yeah, he do, bro.
Yeah, that's savage. I love that.
He pulled out that little robot. I'm like, yo, everybody using Ultron just off that.
Yo, Ultron looks so beast, man. I want to see how Sigma's gonna play too, but that's one thing that both companies, because not only Capcom, even though I know Capcom, they're more popular, so they're gonna get flagged for it too. But a lot of these fighting games these days are kind of doing this with the DLC characters before the game actually drops.
Yeah.
So, but I know, you know, them doing that, they definitely catching flack for that, which is understood because all these fighting game devs need to stop doing that shit.
Yeah,
Injustice.
Yeah,
they just
we gonna get to that. Just a second.
But Apollo Justice for Marvel. That's all I gotta say. Make it happen.
But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is looking on point. I'm interested into it again. I don't know if I'm gonna be like superb on it like that or competitive, like a force to be reckoned with. But I'm gonna still give it a shot. I love the Marvel games. Hopefully they have that. They don't do the misstep they did with Street Fighter 5 and actually have the story mode in that bitch day one. If they do that, then they good. You know what I'm saying? The game looks good. Mm-hmm. It looks good and bad in some ways because the art style I still got to take some getting used to. But like as far as like the gameplay mechanics, the fluidness of the game, it looks really, really good.
Okay.
So it's like I could kind of, you know what I'm saying, accept some of the disadvantages that the game has for the more enjoyable advantages of the gameplay flow. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Day one. They won, even if I'm trash. They won. Marvel is life.
Real quick, just to get off Marvel, get on some DC because DC is the best. Kev, don't debate me.
Relax.
This week, that mean you know what it is.
Where that Wonder Woman
This week-
promo at though?
Wonder Woman don't come out until what, August?
Wonder Woman comes out June 2nd on my birthday, and it is a month
Don't worry,
away.
it's gonna come. Relax.
I've heard about Guardians of the Galaxy
gotta
since
marinate.
February.
Because they don't need. Look, DC.
You see that damage control? This man stuttering. He's trying to think of answers.
DC is the Nintendo out here in the movie world. They don't need to advertise like that.
Nah,
You feel me?
Stop it.
Moving on.
Stop it.
Moving on. So
Stop.
this week they had the reveals of Darkseid and Joker for
Woo.
Injustice 2. And
Brainiac too this week. Brainiac this week too.
So it's Brainiac, Darkseid, and Joker. And Injustice 2 comes out May 15th. I know I'm pretty sure all you guys seen the reveals. Starting with you, King's Blood. What you thinking about that, man? You gonna pick that up? I'm
gonna pick it up just because I like the game. I like the way it looks, and I know I'm gonna be trash at it because I'm trash at Mortal Kombat. I'm cool with that though. It's one of those games because I like the characters, the DC characters. I gotta pick it up. It looks so good. Like, not to mention, I could already imagine all the tournaments about to go on in this game. So I don't mind hopping in getting trash. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you're gonna hop in the tournament, the online arcade is definitely dollars.
I don't know, man. I don't need Barry posting me up, man. Have me looking crazy.
I'm gonna be posting you up on that one, but it's still good though.
Yeah, I don't want to be looking crazy out here, but I think I'm gonna get the game. I like the way it looked, and not to mention, I know it's gonna be on and popping at Evo, man. And I know my man Sonic Fox from Delaware gonna win that thing again. So ain't nothing, you know what I mean?
Okay. Demi, what's your thoughts on those the reveals of those three characters? You liking it? You gonna pick that up? What's up?
Oh man, now I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I seen Max play Injustice, and I was like, "Oh, this shit kind of," because it looked kind of rough. But I'm interested now.
Okay.
They sounded like they was in phone booths when they were speaking with Batman and Superman. But I'm sold.
Darkseid like phone booths, though? Really?
Yeah. Like, if you heard what I heard, man, when he's playing that beta, it was bad. But
nah, I got beta footage. I still haven't put up.
I don't know. Batman's voice sounded weird, man. But Darkseid does look like a combo monster. Them laser beams is some crazy setups.
The laser beams are gonna be used to death by me included. Oh my god!
Now my favorite of the three trailers is the Joker, just because now he looks like a cross of Dante and Heath Ledger in his current costume. But I'm rocking with the Joker just because he has the most simple setups and the one crazy ass special that caught my eye a lot. Brainiac reminds me of Takeda from Mortal Kombat, just at a slower pace. But I'm picking it up. I'm interested now.
Okay. Ken.
I'm probably gonna get this due to share play, but to be honest, I wasn't interested until I saw Joker, and I was like, wow, like I really like his design a lot. I'll probably end up getting it. I'm just like people listening probably thinking like, man, this guy don't like anything. It's just I'm real cynical when it comes to games and stuff. I don't like that Mortal Kombat Injustice. To me, it feels too stiff. That type of fighting. But like I said, I'll play it. I'm gonna get it for free.
Okay.
Yeah, we know what you buy.
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
You buy that Street Fighter. Everything else not that good looking, but broken ass Street Fighter though, right?
Actually, I haven't played Street Fighter in so long. I gotta get back into it, man. I started playing as Colleen when she first came out, but then I haven't had time.
Yeah, you need to, bro. The challenge is still out there.
Oh, the challenge is out there for Blaze Blue too.
Yeah. Oh no. Yo, Kev, I know you've seen these three reveals. I know you already hype. I'm right there with you. I already got mine's pre. What you about this?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for May 15th to come on and drop, man. I'm thirsty for it. You know what I'm saying? I was in the beta anyway. I made my decision based upon me being in the beta. that I was getting it because the game is fun. I don't understand. You talking about they sound different. The voices is well, I don't know who does the voice of Superman, but the voice of Batman is done
What's
by
his
Kevin
name?
Conroy. I
Oh, I
can't really
know.
tell.
The voice of Superman isn't what's his name? Sam something. I forgot the name of the original voice guy for Superman. But it's not him. That's not him this time now. It doesn't sound like him.
Maybe it was Max Extreme, but the voices was sounding rough. Like intros are sounding kind of So I don't know. Maybe it was just his stream. When I heard it, Batman was like all over the place when it came to the talking.
Mm,
Yeah, that's
oh no.
crazy, but I mean it's on point, man. I like it. The game was fun, even though I was getting sauced up. I ran into who was that? The homie. He was on my list. Perfect Legend. I ran into him, got my ass whooped. It's like the beta. Y'all got like a good week to play online when Injustice dropped. You can do the story at your own time because when the FGC gets infiltrated into the main into the MP,
Mm-hmm.
it's a wrap for everybody unless you holding private lobbies with friends. But the game is definitely fun as hell. Even when I'm losing, I enjoy myself, man. The combos are real accessible. It's not. I don't. Somebody was it Ken who said that it looks stiff or something. Somebody I was talking
Yeah,
to.
I said it.
Okay, yeah, it's not like Mortal Kombat. Like it's fluid, man. I'm telling you. And then not only that, you can have like how Mortal Kombat has like down, right,
Mm-hmm.
down, or something to do something. You can change it between that or motion controls. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
the
thank God.
Like Street Fighter type
yeah, like
motion.
Yeah.
have yeah. You can switch it between the two, so they give you options and whatnot to do that. So it's gonna be on point, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be real accessible. It's fun. You're gonna have different outfits. I'm not sure if they're gonna make you pay for them, but I know you can earn them in the game by doing certain challenges and shit like that and fighting so many matches. So it's gonna kind of promote you to like play online, but I don't know if you're gonna be also be able to earn those outfits and pieces of your armor via doing single player stuff. But it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be really good. It's in the way of how they doing a beta. I can already see that it's going to promote you to, to play it online and offline, and it's going to be enjoyable for both audiences who may get discouraged to play games
Mhm.
online and offline. The artwork looks freaking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got, the Pro, PlayStation, Xbox One, whatever, regardless, it looks good. The
Yeah.
art style is dope.
Yeah, it does
Um,
look good. The game looks very fun, very good. Um, I can't wait. I'm
yeah, man.
excited. I'm really excited. Like that roster is very, very. I'm loving that roster. Like I really am.
Some stuff I didn't watch, like some of the finishes, because I want to be surprised. Like I watched a few yesterday with the wife and whatnot, but
Mm.
that Joker one, I could not deny that one. That shit was so
That was
savage. I
brutal.
don't even
Woo!
like
That
Joker's
was
style of
brutal,
play.
bro. That shit was so brutal.
Yeah, that was like a nod to Jason Todd, and then they
Yes.
added a little extra to it. I thought that was so fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Between him and
saying?
Darkseid, they got like two of the best finishes I've
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah,
And
but
Darkseid.
see,
Great.
Brainiac too though. I think they saved it because they knew that those finishes was gonna be a little bit over the top, which I don't mind it. Some people may not like that over the top stuff,
Bro,
but I think it complements the type of character that they are because Darkseid is one of those like top tier characters. Brainiac is a top tier character, not only just like on some fighting games, she's just like on the comic book level. When they come around, shit is gonna be like to apocalyptic levels.
yeah, facts.
So, and then Joker, he compliments that super compliments him as a character because he's known for just being this real psychotic,
Diabolical.
twisted character. Yeah. So I think that each so far most of the supers that they do, compliments they style. Some of them is trash to me though, but they compliment the character.
This guy compliment and throwing shots at the same time.
Yeah, I am because I don't like. I personally don't like. What was that? Cheetahs. I think that should look trash.
Cheetah,
And
yeah,
then
hers was
Black Canaries is terrible too.
yeah, Black
yeah,
Canaries was
Black Canaries
dry
is
as hell.
terrible, but she's a fun character to play with though. No lie, she's fun as hell to play with. But her super is corny as hell, but she's fun as hell to play with. Because before the beta ended, they made her available to play. She's super fluid. Her style and she got a lot of mix ups and stuff. Just because even if they may have a trash super, I still say give everybody a try because it might be something that'll fit you. Blue Beetle is nice too.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what's up though. That's what's up.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I'm like I said, I got the game on pre-order digitally.
Yeah, I got the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, I'll be playing it a lot. I'm definitely excited, and yo, that's really it though for me. I'm excited for everybody. So yeah, moving on. Capcom teases a major unannounced game and the focus on multi-platform development, including the Switch. So I want you guys to give me like one or two of what you think the major unannounced game is. Starting with you, King's Blood. What do you think Capcom's major unannounced title is? Give me one or two. Or what would you want to see? I should say, what would you want to see?
To me, what Mega Man? But I can't even think of what it could be, man. Like I was thinking about that last night when I got the list. What was you saying?
Devil May Cry 5? You don't think so?
You know, like I never really got into Devil May Cry. Like I was multiplayer during that era. Like I told all y'all, like I was a multiplayer guy. Like it crippled my whole gamer score, everything. Like the first time I played Halo 2 online, it just took me off. Like I was gone.
Oh wow.
Like, so, but Devil May Cry sounds good though. I mean, I always watch my brother play Devil May Cry. He had a PS. He was a PlayStation guy, and he always loved Devil May Cry. So that would be good too. I mean, I could probably get into that because I've been getting into my story-driven games now. So you know, hopefully it is. I want some good though, man. Don't put out no cheese. Don't put out no trash shit, man.
Don't make it into a Spelunker Z moment where you
I'm not, man. Don't be out here. Don't hype us up for nothing.
Don't hype us up for no Spelunker Z.
You don't understand though, King's Blood. Like
don't hype us up for something knackish, man.
Yo, we stayed up overnight for that shit.
Bro. I had to work the next day, bro. I'm watching this shit. These motherfuckers talk about Spelunker Z. What, bro? Yo, bro.
I remember the NeoGaf thread when that shit happened. Yo, that shit exploded.
Oh my god, yo,
their minds, yo.
I stayed up thinking it was gonna be Star Ocean. Oh, jeez.
Yo, Ken, what you think that major Capcom title is?
It's the dead giveaway is the Nintendo Switch. It's gonna be, I guarantee it has to be Monster Hunter. I think Capcom decided to wake up and say, you know what? We're going to put Monster Hunter on consoles because only about 1 billion people will buy it. So I think it's going to be Monster Hunter. The second game, I have no idea, actually. I want to say Devil May Cry. That's the only one I can really think of offhand right now. It's not going to be Mega Man. Mega Man's done. Like, they're not going to bring back Mega Man. That ain't happening. I doubt it. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Okay. Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry.
Okay. Demi.
You know me, man. I'm always gonna be thinking outside the box with these kind of answers. But I honestly could see probably, maybe, I hope for another one, another Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Oh, damn.
You reaching, but I wouldn't mind that.
Hey, he reaching for the stars, man. I'm gonna give him that. He reaching.
Hey, I like to always think when nobody else is thinking because I already know like it's more likely gonna be Monster Hunter because of the Switch.
Yeah.
Because we already know it's gonna happen. But I also like to see another Phoenix Wright Apollo Justice game. But you know,
that's more niche.
I'll just keep. Hey. Let me dream.
They be stupid not to release Monster Hunter on console. I mean, there's so many gamers that.
Yeah, you know what it might be. I'm gonna wait for me. Oh wait, whoa, we got a superstar in here. Who is this? Yo, everybody want to come in the chat. Everybody want to come in the podcast. When the podcast going, not let me stop. Yo, there go the big sis, Miss Crunk Girl, 7-Eleven. She came through, also part of the council. Shout out to her. Yo, Crunk, what you think this major title that Capcom is talking about will be?
Well, I should have been in here, but y'all know my situation.
Yeah.
I woke up late, but I got a couple in my mind. Like everybody said, the most safest pick is Monster Hunter.
Mm.
I don't know if they're going to just put it on the Switch or if it's going to be a multi-plat. I would love for it to come with all consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Because Monster Hunter is freaking huge. Like, people thought Capcom was going out of business, and then when they dropped Monster Hunter, and I think it was like 2 more games, that joint got them out of the red quick. So I think Monster Hunter is the safest bet right now.
Okay.
Outside of the box, though, I would say 2 safest bets would be Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter.
Okay.
But thinking outside of that, maybe another Asura's Wrath. I would like to see that. Good. The first one was pretty good.
Just give us 2, only 2. So one more.
I'm just saying thinking outside of the box, because the first 2 everybody said Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter. But thinking outside of the box, I would like another Asura's Wrath, or maybe even what's the name of that damn game? It just left my damn head. Because I don't think they're gonna do any more fighters. I don't even think they need to do any more.
Man, look.
Look. No, I'm saying they do, but they have too many right now.
I don't know.
I would like to have an SNK, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I would like for them to bring some of their old IPs back, like a Dino Crisis. Like Dino Crisis 2 and 1 was my shit. I would love them to reinvigorate that franchise and bring it back. But of course, I don't think that's gonna happen. But they should.
Okay.
But just thinking outside of the box, my 2 would be Asura's Wrath and maybe a Dino Crisis.
Okay. See, y'all still thinking within the confines of the box, man. I'm about to take this shit to space, man. We going to Mars, man. Hold up. Let me give my 2, man. I ain't giving no safety picks. Screw them safety picks, man. Yo, they coming out with a brand new Rival Schools. I said it. A brand new Rival Schools. Okay. If it ain't Rival Schools,
SNK for they come out with Rival Schools.
That's fair.
No. Folks been asking for Rival Schools for a minute. I could see them coming out with a new Rival Schools. I can.
Rival Schools is fair. That's a fair pick.
Rival Schools. If it's not Rival Schools, it's gonna be a brand new beautiful Joe. What I say, yo, y'all gotta hear me. Y'all gotta hear me. You gotta think outside the box. It's gonna be a brand new Joe.
What? Since we got a bunch of games that have been coming out, like say the Shenmues and shit like that, Omnimusha would be kind of dope.
Omnimusha or no Kami.
I mean, those type of games are starting to become relevant again now.
They're about to drop a new rail shooter Resident Evil, man. Stop playing with it, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Came out. That's too soon.
Y'all forgot Dragon's Dogma. Remember there was a rumor about that?
I didn't forget that, but a lot of people are still pissed about the Dragon Dogma Online, and it never came to the States. People are still a little salty about that.
That shit.
Yo, Wolf said it could be Power Stone. Man, let that be Power Stone. Oh man,
people been asking for that for years. I don't know why they
have.
Didn't they have to get the licensing back for those characters though?
They don't even need the Power Stone. I mean, they could make a game similar to Power Stone. Like when people say like, "Oh, the licensing," to me, sometimes that's used as an excuse. Like, there's no reason they can't put Chris Redfield, Mega Man Zero, and Jill in a friggin' arena beating the shit out of each other with fish and rocket.
Well, because that wouldn't be the Power Stone way, you know.
That would be Resident Evil.
Yeah, that would be some All Stars type
party
shit.
game.
Capcom All Stars or some shit. You know, Power Stone is with, you know, you get the original cast and then you probably add in a couple new characters or whatever and do it like that.
There's nothing wrong with making a little Capcom All Stars game where dudes would be, you know, in a little box arena and just doing all that crazy shit.
Yeah. But the Bari said
thank you. I was about to say that too. I was waiting for everybody to get done.
And Crown said Strider.
They already dropped the Strider though, and Cast didn't really receive that well.
Yeah, they did. That was at the beginning of the gen though.
Yeah.
They did though. They did. Which Kev, what you think? 2 games.
Shit, 2 games. I would agree. I mean, it could be what was that damn thing that they did for freaking it was an April Fool's joke, but I still think that could be a game. It was with Garuda and Kai.
Oh, you talking about that game?
Yeah, it was like Street Fighter EX. I still think that could possibly be a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. 2 games, man. I'm just gonna go with my heart and just say I'm sorry. It's gonna be the de facto answer, but Devil May Cry for now. But if I was to go outside the box, I would hope that it would be something on the level of Darkstalkers and Rival Schools. Darkstalkers, I never really got a chance to really put any work in for those. I got Darkstalkers 2 digitally on PS3, but I didn't get a chance to really delve into it. Um, or I mean, it's a reach. Maybe they could do like a Mega Man Legends, but that's a reach, and that's like on the far end of like Uranus or something as far as
That's
that
Andromeda
happening.
initiative right there.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, the main games I would hope it to be honestly would be Devil May Cry 5 and possibly Monster Hunter, I guess. I mean, it would do a whole lot more good for that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah,
I say with the way Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 happen on like the Wii U, and then that one placeholder Devil May Cry they did originally for the Wii, I say that could be like extremely possible now. So they've been trying to get games out like that for those Nintendo consoles.
Okay. All right, so we moving into the discussion portion of everything of the podcast and whatnot. And
we about to wrap it up soon.
about
About to wrap it up.
Ken hype. He sat up. Ken sat up.
I ain't said. I'm
Ken
chilling.
sat up like, all right, I'm ready. Nah, all right.
I'm
So this week Phil Spencer did a major interview. Pretty much Ken, shut up, please.
He was so amped for this. He was talking about it yesterday in the damn chat.
I'm really not gonna go. Nah. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so Ken, not Ken, Phil Spencer, Uncle Phil, he gave a major interview this week, and he pretty much spoke on a wide variety of things, speaking from Scorpio, speaking from his plan to up the investment into first-party studios, and he actually said a little something that kind of rubbed the community the wrong way and kind of got a lot of folks worried. So Phil Spencer, he did an interview, and his quote, this is what's quoted, games like Zelda and Horizon don't have an impact, right? So obviously that really, upsetted a lot of people, and that definitely had a lot of people, wanting to voice their opinion on that, because that's not very gamer-like, I should say. So my question to all you guys is, are story-driven games needed anymore? And you can use, you can also speak on everything that Phil Spencer was talking about and use that and things like that. Starting with King's Blood, give me your thoughts on this, man.
First of all, I want to say Phil Spencer's sometimes he's a fucking idiot. Because he puts his foot in his mouth a lot, and it's crazy. Pause on that. But like story-driven games are important to gaming. Like you can't play shooters 24/7, bro. Like what do you mean? Like the way he was talking in that interview, like I mean, the way I read it is that like he could, like, Xbox could be getting away from that whole genre. Like we could be strictly shooters and racers and shit. We see where that's getting you. That's only getting you 30 million. Sony over there doing 60. You can't be doing that. But story-driven games are really fucking important. Like I couldn't even imagine gaming without it. It wouldn't even be the same. Like how is that even a question to me? You know what I'm saying? Like like that's why sometimes this dude pisses me off, like when he be talking crazy, like, and they take everything you say out of context. They twist it. They say little things. Like this dude is always in the news for something stupid. Like I'm like, God damn, you a fucking idiot, man. Like,
well, when he really got down to the nitty gritty of the explanation, he pretty much was saying that his envision of is trying to become the Netflix of gaming. He said this subject of narrative heavy titles was preceded by a decision on a possible Netflix for gaming. So meaning his vision is trying to create a Netflix for gaming, and you can't really sell story narrative heavy driven games as well as you could other service based games like multiplayer based games and free to play games and things like that on the on this type of model. So he was saying that those games only go but so far. Those games only go but so far, and they don't fit into the model of what it is he's trying to build. So, hearing something like that come from, the leader of a console that you're supposed to be providing a service for, I mean, how do you give me your thoughts?
When I hear something like that coming from him, I'm like, oh, you guys ain't learning from this year, huh? You don't see that these story-driven games are selling, huh? So you're not seeing your shit flop while the Sony shit is doing numbers. So you're not understanding why that's happening, right? Like, God, man, like, yo, I'm sorry, man. It's like sometimes this dude, like, he really says some dumb shit, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, man, Ken, what you think about that, bro?
Yeah, Ken, go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts, Ken.
He's been thirsty as hell.
You're thirsty.
How should I start this? Basically, I'm gonna start with this. I have my own theory as to why he came out and said that. He's saying that I'm gonna be called the villain, but he saw what is happening with Sony and like all these single player games, and they coming out, they doing numbers. Not all of them are doing these types of those crazy numbers, but they're accruing the mind share that he can never obtain with the Xbox One currently. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's basically in his own roundabout way saying he can't compete in this single player arena. He can't do it. And combine that with the fact that Microsoft's ultimate end game is a games as a service. I've known this for years. I've been saying it. People have called me liar. They've been saying I'm bashing Microsoft. I'm like, no, that's what they want. They want to put the minimum. They want these games as a service games because, relatively speaking, they make insane amount of money, and a lot of them for minimal effort. I mean, you look at games like, and not all of them are bad. I'm not bashing games as a service games. You got some games, some that are decent, like Overwatch. Overwatch is a games as a service game. It's a good game, but then it cultivates a mentality that you can make a games as a service game and you can patch it later on and it's going to get good. Look at Destiny. I was one of those people that complained about Destiny. I hated Destiny.
I'm with you on that, bro.
I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. But then Taken King came out. It got good. Destiny got good. But my point is, there's games like Evolve. Look at Evolve. I said before that game came out, nobody's going to remember this game. This game looks trash. Blah, blah, blah. It comes out. It's trash. Nobody likes it. But the thing is, it made so much money with our microtransactions and all that. And that's what Microsoft ultimately wants. But the thing is, at the end of the day, Phil Spencer, he is he's the leader of Xbox, but he is not the ultimate shot caller of Xbox. And people don't realize that. He is not he has to be approved. Like, what he wants has to be approved by people above him. We don't know all their names, but he is not the complete head of that division. Or he's the head of the division, but the people at Microsoft are like, okay, if XYZ game is going to cost this amount of money. Yeah. Well, so when he says things like this, I think deep down in his heart, he wants single player games, right? But he is trying to he understands that it's, I think, from the games he put out on on Xbox, yeah, they're not making money or making the money they should. But he's using that as an excuse. But the thing is, have these games been as good of quality as, say, Horizons and Uncharted and stuff like that? No. I don't think so. I think gamers think that. I think gamers think the same way. So to say that, okay, these games don't have the same amount of impact. No, mediocre games don't have the same amount of impact. But good games, yes. So make your games better. Then people are going to buy them. Don't say, oh, they don't have the impact. So you know what, effort, we're going to do games as a service. Nah, man, get out of my face with that, man. Nah, stop. Like,
I mean, I agree with you, Ken.
He might still be feeling a little bit of sting for getting finessed for that $75 million.
Well, see, my thing is this though, because like Phil Spencer, he doubles down a lot. You know, he always puts his foot in his mouth on a lot of things that he said. Because I remember when Call of Duty went to PlayStation for the exclusive pack deals, his words were, you know, that's not something that we can worry about right now. We're more focused on creating first-party experiences, exclusive experiences on the Xbox One, right? When you look at the exclusive experiences, they are far and few in between. They aren't as frequent as how he was saying it. And now with him talking about the Scorpio, he's saying that he wants to bring back those third-party developers and make Xbox Scorpio the main place for third-party games. Make up your mind. Like this is what I'm saying. Like he never stands true to his convictions. He's always going with the flow, bro. You gotta pick one side and go for it. If you want both, that's fine, but you can't keep doing this because right now it looks like you're a shifty businessman that's just trying to give folks money because you haven't delivered on anything that you've been talking about. Nothing. I mean, yeah, there's been a few exclusives to drop, but there's nothing in this as significant as PlayStation. As significant as PlayStation or Nintendo when it comes to that exclusive department, right? And for him to say that, you know, games like Zelda and Horizon don't have an impact, that's very disrespectful. I take that. Well, I ain't about to go into Phil Spencer, you know, with no troll shit, but that's disrespectful to not only gamers, but that's disrespectful to the developers of these games. Because
Zelda's
it's like
you should have used. Zelda sold more than
like Zelda of all things. Zelda, like okay, Horizon, fine, it's a new IP, but Horizon even performed better than all of your new IPs put together. So how can you even fix your lips to say that? Because story-driven game, and this is part of the problem. Story-driven games story-driven games is what everybody that's a gamer should have started out on. Single-player experiences. Then we gradually went into the multiplayer experiences late in the PS2 and Xbox OG, and then we went into it with PS3, and it's really like out, you know, really is open now in the PS4 and Xbox One. But single-player experiences are still what got everybody into gaming. So to even say that we should even do away with that type of model is asinine because that's what makes an experience. An experience isn't, you can't have an experience can't only be had through multiplayer.
Exactly.
And you know, I don't get it.
And not only that, but he wants to make, Microsoft wants to make games as a service, right? And it's because it's profitable or whatever. You can't sit on your butt and just make a half-ass games as a service game anymore. You got some heavy hitting games, Destiny, Overwatch, and I think Wildlands is putting up numbers too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't half-ass it no matter what you do now. Not in the AAA space, at least. You know. So,
Crunk, what you think?
Phil Spencer is full of shit.
Oh,
Shit. Like I like multiplayer just like the next person, but I grew up on single player experiences. I love single player games. Like I'm enjoying the hell out of Persona 5 right now. I get my multiplayer fix and then I go right back to the story. A lot of cats this generation were saying that the story is irrelevant and all this other shit, and then what happened? We get a Division, we get a Battlefront, we get certain games that don't have stories that really needed them.
That's a good point. Keep going. I know where you're going with this.
Look how hurt Division was.
Let her finish. Hold on.
They said that, what was it, 2013? After we got all the, I don't get it. 2013 should have been the year that people got in their brains that single player games are fucking back, because we got Tomb Raider that year. We got Grand Theft Auto, because people forget Grand Theft Auto didn't launch with an online.
Yep.
It launched with regular single player.
Made $1 billion in 3 days.
Exactly. Last of Us. We got mad games in 2013. Tomb Raider. It was Nino Kuni. What else? It was a bunch of games we got that didn't have multiplayer, that were strictly story, RPG based, and they did extremely well. And didn't need multiplayer at the time. Multiplayer was cool, but I don't. And people were expecting. It was like, well, we don't need we don't need story based games, and multiplayer is most important. And developers, some developers lucked up and some developers didn't. Some developers were like, well, we're gonna try it. And when they tried it, it didn't work. It didn't work. Like Battlefront needed a story. I think Overwatch needs some type of campaign. You know what I'm saying? Just because everybody just don't want to play multiplayer all fucking day. They don't. They say they do, but they really don't.
Overwatch is Overwatch is very successful.
No, it's very successful. I still think they should put some kind of campaign in it.
I agree.
But don't half-ass it though either. But like games, I feel suffered because they tried to do something where people thought we were going in a direction, and the gamers who grew up on campaigns was like, nah, like dial that shit back. Dial it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like dial it back. Like you know, the campaign, we still need that, even though we say we don't want it. Like people say, oh, Call of Duty don't need no story. I'll be damn. Call of Duty story used to be pretty damn good.
Look at the uproar. This actually raises another good point. Look at the uproar that folks had for Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
When it first came out. No arcade, no campaign, or no story. Right? Folks weren't going to pick up the game because of this. And mind you, majority of people that buy fighting games don't play story. This is fact, but folks still complained and said it wasn't right. And that's what hurt the launch of the Street Fighter V that they're still recovering from.
Look at Battlefront. If you don't need story, if you don't need a story, why are these games adding stories?
Battlefront would have been so dope with story. Like I think Ghost Recon, if it had a actual story and then everything else that they were doing is like outside of the game, it'd be dope. Because people don't know, I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan. I played the last Ghost Recon last generation. Who was it? Future Soldier. And when I played Wildlands, I thought it was cool, but it's not what I wanted. I'm like, come on, man. Like I understand what y'all trying to do. I understand it, but it's just certain ways that it's certain games that you can tinker with, and it's certain games you shouldn't put that type of because I know why they're doing it. They want to make money. I get it, but it's just some games just don't need multiplayer. Every game doesn't need to be multiplayer focused all the time. Because most of us in here, we can probably name off top of our head 10 single player experiences that were way better than any multiplayer game you think of.
I think
let me get Demi's thoughts real quick. Demi,
PS3 man or 360, you ain't got many.
Yeah. Oh, let me get Demi's thoughts. Demi, give me your thoughts, man.
All right, so when I read the article, I feel like he picked one completely bad experience, like example, like if you're gonna say that like single player games don't have impact, which I see the point he was trying to make. He's saying that single player games don't have longevity, which is kind of true, but it also isn't true. It's kind of a half and half thing. I wouldn't say impact because impact is a stupid statement to use. But after a while, single player games don't have longevity unless it is a lot of stuff you can do in that game. Like now, I was still playing Yakuza for a while, and that game has so much to do in it. But the example he used of The Legend of Zelda not having longevity is Zelda. Zelda's gonna have longevity forever. Horizon, I can see what he meant by that, but it's a stupid like example to use in your point.
You know why, Demi? Because at the end of the day, those single games he picked, they ultimately didn't matter. He's trying to save face for going to a games as a service route, and he picked the first. He doesn't want to tell his fan base, you know what? Screw single player games. We want to go to games as a service because it makes more money. he can't say that. If he says that, he would get mobbed in the streets. So he has to find
Of course.
an excuse to bring that. And I guess he picked the first game that popped in his head, I guess, you know.
But those examples are dumb, like
horrible.
Are the horrid examples. But I see the point he was trying to make. Some single player games don't have the legs to stand on like multiplayer games.
But you got Witcher 3, Fallout 4, Persona 5.
Yes, games like those are gonna stand, but other single player stuff are not always gonna stand in that test of time.
It depends, though, Demi, because you can think of mad single player games that stand up the test of time, like Zelda.
I don't fully agree with his statement. It's a dumb statement completely.
He's basically saying he's afraid to fail. Like he doesn't want the brand to have games that fail. But guess what? Yes, Sony knows the same thing. But they got games that fail. They still bring them out. They're still available to you.
Because Xbox has launched with single player games that have both successfully done their thing and both failed in single player categories. So I don't know why he's saying in that aspect.
Because the bottom line is the ultimate goal from the MS camp. You know what I'm saying? Like if a game doesn't get its full return on investment, it's like that's a red flag to Microsoft. Maybe to Phil, he's like, damn, I wish I could, do a sequel, but the dudes above him are probably like, nah, we're not gonna give you the money for it. But when I look at the Sony side, yeah, they have tons of games that don't sell 1 million. Look at Gravity Rush 2. I don't think that game sold what, 500,000, something like that. But guess what? They still brought it out. You get what I'm saying? They still bring it out, and it's like Phil is saying, you know what? If you don't want these type of games, then Xbox and Scorpio is not the console for you. That's what he's telling me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you. All right, I'm not gonna get it.
I think what Phil is doing is because stuff like Quantum Break record and say, well, he's just like, well, if he's getting those projections from those gamers, and for some reason Phil listens to the complete the guys that talk the most but don't buy stuff.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
And let me get Kev's thoughts. Go ahead, Kev.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it is somewhat of a red flag because, I try to listen to the level-headed cats, Xbox and whatnot, and I listen to J Mega and Randall Thor and stuff like that, and I think it's kind of like a red flag as far as expecting like some single-player content type games or single-player focused games in the near future, as far as something that's going to be big AAA and first party. It's going to be a while to see something like that come out. When you got cats like them saying that they're going to focus on third party, I think that with the climate that Xbox has created and that it's in right now, the single player focus isn't really there like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And they've proven that with games like you said, like Quantum Break and stuff like that. And was that Recore? Those games didn't really sell well as far as the Xbox One audience and whatnot. I don't know. It's like
it just frustrates me how Microsoft, especially the fans, like, Microsoft has billions. Like, okay, if they got all this money, right, and Phil getting this money, cultivate your own studios. Take your time. You don't have to have a game.
They are, though. They are.
The game doesn't have to be on a $40-50 million budget. You can start small and then work your way up. They don't want to do that. They want everything now. And then when it doesn't maximize on return on investment, they're like, you know what? The game failed. So shelve it. Like,
that's kind of their own fault though, because look at the fans early this gen. They were like, "Oh, we want big budget AAA games," but they're not out here supporting these big budget AAA games.
I agree with you on that, but Microsoft themselves cultivated that mentality.
They did. They did. The fans and them.
It's a chicken and egg situation.
BG made a video about this yesterday. I was talking to Kingdom about it last night in the chat, and the way he put it was so perfect. He was like, last generation, Microsoft depended a lot on their side chicks.
On third party.
They depended way too much on their side chicks and not enough on the main chick. They had the main chicks, and the main chicks was doing glorious. and then they had the side chicks in there to kind of cover it up a little bit when the main chicks wasn't out. But now your side chicks ain't there no more, and now you just gotta fully depend on your main chicks, and you ain't got enough of them. Your main chicks ain't doing what you thought they were gonna do, and now all of a sudden you stuck.
Yeah,
They should have been started cultivating
make
ideas,
excuses
man.
like that,
They
though.
started doing. No, I understand that, and now it's biting them in the ass because they don't got enough first party to stand on their own. Because I said this on Twitter yesterday. Because we was having a huge discussion on this. Shouts out to Erica Cuts for the win on Twitter. We had a huge discussion on this, and I told people, I'm like, yo, people won't give Sony, but what Sony did last generation, they did that mostly on their own. They didn't have third-party help last gen. It was mostly Xbox. Like first party and PlayStation Plus really dug them out of the hole that they were in.
Right.
First party, not third party. No, first party. The God of Wars, the Uncharted, the Last of Us, all of those kind of games. Those are the games that pulled them out of the hole that they were in. It wasn't third party. They didn't depend on third party anymore because they knew they were getting the inferior games. So they just said, "Fuck it, we just gonna cultivate." We all like Sony's always had first party. Now they had to use it more than usual. And now that they have both, they have first party now, and now they got the side chicks on their side as well. They full speed ahead. That's why they haven't been worrying about not having gaps in the fall, which I wish they didn't. But they knew that third party was gonna be there while their first party was getting their shit together.
That's what
First party
came from.
Now first party, like, and for people who don't know, Sony always takes about 4 or 5 years before they first party get their shit together. Now,
yeah, I don't even know why cats be doing that no games narrative, because you know when the games come out from PlayStation, they gonna come.
Yeah, and when they start coming, they not stopping. They do that
Right.
generation.
That whole no games narrative is stupid.
Yeah,
I've been getting games all this.
It's usually the first 3 years they usually slow, and then that fourth and fifth year, that's when they start kicking it into high gear.
But I just hate how he throws single player games under the bus because he can't make a decent one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want people to buy your game, make good single player games. Then how about that?
They've had good single player games.
But I think
but not exceptional.
I mean, they've been good, but their audience don't want to accept them. They don't really support them like that, though.
Was Halo?
Quantum Break used to be good.
Quantum Break really up there? Really up there with Uncharted?
Hold on, let's be. I'm gonna be honest. Quantum Break writing wasn't as up to par for a Remedy game as I expected it to be.
And that's for a Remedy game. Was it near Uncharted?
Let me ask you a question, Demi. Since you the Microsoft guy in here for the most part.
Well, King's Blood too.
What are some? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know King's Blood, but yeah. What are some franchises that you think they can bring back that are single player that do the actual Microsoft fan base actually would like? Like for me, my first off top would be Perfect Dark. Why haven't they brought that back?
Perfect.
Because Rare don't want to.
They brought it back.
Get Rare. Tell somebody else to do it.
They could have.
But that's Rare's IP.
They could have.
They own Rare.
They need to bring Fable back. That's what they need to do.
That's what they need to do.
They always trying to make something to where they can get a lot of DLC and microtransactions in it. Like, yo, that's why they try to make Fable Legends and shit, man. Like, stop that, man. Just let it be a single player game with a great story.
Let me tell you. They could have hit a BioWare. All right, we want you to make this Jade Empire for us. We'll fund it. We'll do everything that we can. They could have had that. They could have had a new KOTOR. And that would have brought in so much traction for Xbox.
Isn't that a rumor?
My bad to cut you off, but I thought they had something with BioWare and then they canceled the game though, right? It was an article for something like that, right?
I remember they had something with Bethesda.
Bethesda, okay, my bad. Yeah.
Jade Empire, KOTOR, Fable, Perfect Dark. Hell, even though it probably didn't do as great as it should have been, they could have brought back 99 Nights, something.
I don't
It's so
wanna see
many.
perfect dark.
It's so many titles that they do have. Like, it's not like Microsoft doesn't have, you know, some old
They
stuff that they could bring back. But the problem is that
They do like the first Xbox and the first Xbox had Mad franchises.
the problem is that with Xbox, they've done a really good job of conditioning their audience to prefer multiplayer. Like Xbox 360
Yep,
was the
they have.
home. Xbox
360
360 was
started it.
the home of multiplayer. Like the best multiplayer experiences were on 360. Like, let's face it, you got the sports deals that was on Xbox 360. You had the Call of Duty deals that was on 360. You had the Battlefield that was on 360. Like it was home of shooters, sports, and racing. Like they had that sold up. And then they had the help of the other third-party deals as well. And it's not to mention that, you know, multiplats did look better on the 360. So they had all that going for them. So they conditioned their audience to expect these things. So when you get into a new generation where PlayStation went back to the drawing board and was like, oh, whoa, wait, we need to fix some things because we need to get shit back right. And they do that this gen. You don't know how to you thinking that, you know, the multiplayer stuff is going to be enough. No, it's not enough.
It's not.
It's not.
You have to have
because
the follow-ups.
Yeah, you see it within the sales. You know, I hate to bring up sales, but you see it not just in the console sales, but you also see it in the software sales. Multiplats sell more on PlayStation. The exclusives that do come out on Xbox aren't getting supported the way they should be.
But why acting two are not the two are like not mutually exclusive? Like he's acting like single player can't exist, and you know, if you wanted to make multi, like the two can coexist. Just do both. Just do both. Do both with a high quality.
But this is what I'm saying though. Like
Sony does it well.
But see, this is the thing that Sony's always had over 360 for years. The first party studios, like, let's face it, the first party studios, Sony has that sold up, but Sony also has the Japanese market sold up. So when you couple in first party studios with third party deals and Japanese games, you setting yourself up for disaster if you ain't coming correct.
Yeah.
Not even.
And not only that, hold on, let me finish. Not only that, but with the Xbox One, it came out they did what PlayStation did last year. You sold your shit at $500 and told people that Kinect would not be without this console. That within itself turned people off because the Kinect was a failure last gen.
And I'll also say what's hurting them is that whole Xbox to PC connection. If we're gonna be real, that Xbox to PC stuff is hurting them as well.
I feel like they're bipolar on that shit. Like they don't know what they want. Either they're with it or they're not with it. They're giving mixed signals. Like the communications team is not. I don't know what they're doing this year. But
the marketing as well, though, like the way Phil Spencer say, like this right here, what we're talking about with the whole Zelda and what you call it, Horizon don't have no impact. Yo, shit like that confuses people because when you put the sales up on the chart, what you're saying isn't in line with what folks are buying.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with everything. Like, you know, he said third-party deals don't matter. Look at the console sales. They do matter. We're going to work more on exclusives. Look at the exclusives. You're not putting nothing. We're still waiting for Crackdown, Cuphead, and Sea of Thieves, and those were announced 2 years ago.
Hey man, I'm still waiting on Ashen and Below. I'm still waiting on those two.
Like what?
Ashen came out, didn't
they? They canceled Scalebound. They canceled Fable Legends. Yo, stuff like right now, stuff ain't.
But look though, this is the thing that people don't say either. I've been saying this ever since Destiny came out. I've been saying that was the worst move that Microsoft ever could have done, and that was not letting Bungie take a break from Halo.
Yeah.
They had Destiny as a freaking exclusive, something new. I'm sorry.
Destiny, I'm going to tell you this. Right I'm going to tell you this. 343 and Creative Assembly they have a great team of writers, especially Creative Assembly with Halo Wars 2 and the story they crafted behind that. Let them do something else in their own flesh and work what they want to work on. Microsoft could have some killer stuff.
They could, like, I was so disappointed when I heard about them letting go of Bungie and letting Destiny go because it seems that Microsoft tries different things, but they didn't have enough. How can I say insight into knowing what Destiny could be, and they just let Bungie go, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, why in the hell did they do that? Like, why not let them fail or let them succeed and try something different? Because they've been doing Halo for how long? Like, some developers, I know they get tired of making the same game over and over again. I know some of these developers want to try at least something different, and that's with Sony as well. Like, it was about time that the Killzone guys made something different.
That's why I got to tip my hat to Sony. Sony letting their developers do different things. Phil out here, he just want everybody on the assembly line doing the same shit all the time, man. Like,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think that.
I don't think so. I just think that even when they try something different, it's just like, well, we damn if we do, damn if we don't. But that's kind of their own fault because they the ones who push this narrative of this big AAA budget or else type shit. And now cats don't want to do it if it like cats all the time. We already know Bang Bang and clown shit like Persona, Near. Oh, we don't want that jab crap and all of this bullshit. But those games, they cater into an audience, and it could be an audience that, you know what I'm saying, it may not be big, but it's enough to in which it'll still sustain and keep things afloat and even bring in some new fans, because this is my first Persona. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I mean, this narrative of, you know, not having these games, they're gonna have the games, but it's just still solely up to the audience, man. The Xbox fan base. Are y'all gonna support them? Are y'all gonna really play these games? Or, you know, are y'all gonna buy them?
Or do you think they're too reliant on the mascots that they got right now? Because
they're afraid to take the risk they need to take.
Sony has, you know, like this is the thing about Sony. Sony have multiple mascots every generation. It don't just be the same guy or the same person.
I would give them that because Uncharted is coming to an end. The mascots that you had from the OG PlayStation days are totally different to now. You know what I'm saying? Each generation had like a staple of games, and they kind of carry them over going into the next generation, but they'll eventually fade away.
Oh man, yo, all right. So you know what's crazy though? Yeah, I don't know what I kept talking and y'all kept talking over me. I'm like, y'all hear me? Nah, I was trying to say, you know, I wouldn't even put all the blame on Xbox on Xbox or on the executives and stuff like that. I also put some of the blame on the community as well, because, you know, folks with the loudest voice in this YouTube community on the Xbox side are putting down a lot of new ideas, or they're putting down a lot of experiences and things like that. Like, oh, Xbox dudes don't want this, Xbox dudes don't want that. And, you know, you may laugh and say, or you may look at it and say, well, nah, you know, how do these dudes that, you know, got that type of influence on a company? They do, because, you know, these type of dudes that have the loudest voice in YouTube, Xbox wise, you know, they've got like, you know, 15, 20, 30,000 subscribers. And, you know, when they hear these lies and propaganda that these guys speak in their YouTube videos, they go back to the developers, or they go back to Phil Spencer, like, oh, Phil Spencer, you know, why isn't this exclusive? You know, oh, does this have multiplayer? This should have you know, they go back to these execs and stuff like that, spewing that shit. And you may think, oh, well, you know, the execs ain't looking at it. Yo, somebody's looking at that shit.
They do look at it. We know that
folks look at that stuff, man.
They look and they listen.
The community controls a lot of what these developers do. Just look at the whole Roger situation with Tekken. That's proof enough that the community controls what these devs do. So if they're willing to take a character out for a game, what's to make you think they're not going to keep pumping out multiplayer games only and not look at other experiences and things like that? This is what folks in the community are shouting. But then when they're looking at other consoles and stuff like that, that's constantly getting new games, even if they are single player only, and they talking, oh, well, you know, Phil Spencer, why don't we have this? Why is it this here? Why is that there? Bro, you just said you only wanted multiplayer, bro. You gotta wait. You feel me? It's a double-edged sword.
I'm gonna throw another point of view out there, and this goes into like what happened with the 360 at the back half of last gen. Maybe Microsoft wants this situation. Maybe they're making enough money off the brand that they don't have to put in that amount of effort, and they're just relying on the, you know, the subscriber money, the microtransactions, the rec packs in Halo 5 and stuff like that. Maybe maybe they want this situation. Maybe Phil as a person wants, the brand to get better, but maybe Microsoft as a corporation is like, you know what, we making money, we gonna be on cruise control. Maybe that's what it is. What else could it be?
I don't think
Right.
that's
I mean, they
shareholders,
can't
man.
rely.
Scorpio right now.
They can't rely on just the loot boxes and the rec packs. That's just a trend that's going. That's just a trend that's going on in every game, though. So that's not going to always substantiate to make it into it, though.
That's true. But remember what happened when Halo 5 first came out? Oh, we had $400 million in 1 weekend. They was screaming to the high heavens with that.
Yeah, but look at every game that's come previously before that. You have Overwatch with that. You got For Honor with that. You got so many games that's having these things now where it's just a trend. The thing is,
and it's
it's terrible. I say what Xbox needs, and I'm probably gonna be like the only guy that actually says this. I say Xbox needs games like a Yakuza or Detroit or stuff like that. They need games like that. They need some substance.
Will the fan base accept it? That's the question.
You got a small amount of the fan base that do, because somebody got in their feelings yesterday.
Sony pump out these trash ass RPGs, regardless if they good or not. Son, they pump them shits out. You buy it. These games getting pumped out, man.
They don't
want to take that loss.
In the generation, Yoshi said it.
They pumping out these games. They don't care if you picking it up or not.
He was like, we pump out like 10 exclusives and maybe 3 make money. He said that in 20
He said that early 2013 or something. Yeah.
It's not like we didn't know that, but we don't care because at the end of the day, we're gamers and we don't care about the business. We really care about the games.
Not only that though, they care about catering to that market, because even though those 10 or 13, games that they pump out, you still catering to that niche market, and you still got a stranglehold on that market share.
Because they know money can be made, regardless. Put the game.
Yeah, they already know that community is going to be there.
Even if it sells 300,000 copies, 60 times 300,000 is what?
A lot of money, shit.
A lot of money.
A lot of motherfucking money.
I be telling them, long as you made more than what you spent making it and promoting it, you good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that attachment rate, forget all that. That shit don't mean nothing. As long as you made money.
But look, not even that. The fact that when you aren't spending $50 million to make a game, you're making your profits back very easily. Sony sees that, because if that was the case, they wouldn't be making like the Skyga 5s and all these games that got like 5 and 6 games, or Dynasty Warriors. They don't have to make billions and millions of dollars to get a sequel. Like Knack is getting a freaking sequel.
The new Muso games are popular. It's hell.
Sharon Kagura's and the Akibas and
them Hyper Dimension games.
Yeah, Hyper Dimensions. Them shits come out every year. Dragging them Digimon games. Them shits come out every single year, bro. And them shits sell. Yeah, they sell. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z Cyber Sleuth. The next one that came out after that came out this year.
Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon. Yo, they announced that the next Digimon like a month later, bro. That's coming out next year, bro.
Cyber Sleuth shit too, man. I played to beat that game. Cyber Sleuth dope.
I've seen 5 Hyper Dimension games come out last year.
So basically,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
That even was going on during the PS3 days too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Those games come out like they put, and not only that, but PlayStation has that huge push from the indie market as well, man. Them indies, they throw them indies on there. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They throw them shits on there.
That's one thing.
I've been seeing shit on there like, what the fuck is
Xbox do that though? The
last gen they had the ID of Xbox and the Xbox Arcade. They had that.
They started doing them indie developers dirty, and them indie developers.
Yeah, what was that indie developer they didn't pay? I forgot which one it was. It was a while ago though. It was a while ago.
They had some weird agreement with indie developers where if they released it on PlayStation or something, don't release it on. It was some weird shit that really turned indie developers off to Xbox. I forgot exactly what it was.
Yeah, and they were the king of the indies last gen. They was like, we just want the indies to stay over there. We don't want them to be as big as the AAA games. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Some weird.
Yeah, let's was a good conversation, man. Let's go ahead on and wrap this up.
Phil, make some more games.
Yeah,
We'll
but
see.
yo, man, it's really good conversation coming from everybody. Everybody's got really good thoughts. Man, yo, this was definitely a really good podcast. A bigger turnout than what I thought, Kev. Like, I think it's just gonna be me, you, and King's Blood, man. We got some of the council members in here, which is always dope to have. So you know, with that, we definitely gonna head into these outros, and yeah, man, starting with you, King's Blood. Shout out to channel and all that good stuff.
Man, everybody, sub the channel, King's Blood Gaming. I'm not the only guy that does the channel, but you know, we're trying to do some things. I'm trying to shoot a documentary at Evo, things like that. Trust me, I'm trying to do this for the culture, man.
Yeah,
real gamers. And I want to thank my man Persona for having me on. Like, I was surprised he even hit me about it. So thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And support these guys, man. These real gamers. They ain't people up here trying to hustle you out of your views. These real people here. We really on these games.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Yo. Yeah, man. Yo, it's definitely it was definitely an honor to have you on. I'm sure Kev feels the same.
Thank you.
Definitely good to have you on the show. You know, it was, you know, had a lot of good thoughts, a lot of good, you know, things like that. And guys, for real, sub to his channel, man. Like, you know, he growing channel, and he speak them facts, man. He's got some real good videos, man, speaking on a lot of good things, a lot of good topics in gaming. So, you know, his channel
I
is
just subbed during the podcast.
Yeah.
Don't follow me if you don't follow me if you looking for another Phil Spencer.
Nah, he keep it real
right now.
He keep it real. Dude. Yeah, he keep it real, man. I got his channel in the description, King's Blood Gaming. You got a Twitter or nah?
It's what is it? KVGX Garrett 900.
I'm gonna need you to type that out.
I see it.
Yeah, I follow it on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send that to me on Facebook. Yeah. I'll put it in the description. But yeah, definitely sub this channel. Like I said, support support real gamers, man. Support good content. Yo, Ken, go ahead. Give us your outro, man.
Yo, thanks for having me on the show. It's been a while. I've been just so busy with work and shit.
Trolling.
Yeah, trolling. that's my outlet from all the shit I do at work.
Villain.
I shout out to the chat, everybody in the chat. Shout out to Coco, Titanfall, Timbo, CC, Chuck, everybody. I drain your soul. Yo, just thanks for having me again, and I'm gonna keep gaming, and yeah, that's it.
Counting them barrels.
Yo, Demi, little big bro, give him the outro, but let him know about these reviews, bruh.
Demi got reviews here. I didn't mean like just to jump on. I was trying to catch her, but I just took the left hand Albuquerque. But I'm glad to be a part of the show. You know, I don't podcast often, but I do try to show an appearance every now and then.
Yeah.
Check out the reviews, man. We out here. Mr. Masagi, man. Best game of 2017, man. Check that out.
Nah.
Going overboard, bro. What is you talking about right now?
Hey, check out the reviews. Check out the Outlast Let's Play. We getting through that game, man. I'm getting scared out of my mind for y'all, but it's worth it.
I'm gonna get that, man. Probably not right
Good
now,
luck.
but I'll get it.
Good luck, Godspeed.
Word. I'll definitely have a Demi's channel in the description after this upload. So make sure you sub the Demigod reviews.
We just dropped a part 2 during the podcast, so check that out.
The part 2 of the Outlast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen that notification. Definitely check out his channel. He does really, really good reviews, and he definitely does have a lot of cool Let's Plays and stuff like that. So definitely check out Demigod reviews. Follow him on Twitter, that guy Demi, and Miss Barley, Miss Crunk Girl, Barley. Yeah, go ahead and give me your outro, man. Shout your channels out, your Twitter, all that good stuff.
All right, people, what's going on? Shouts out to everybody that was in the chat. I was a little late, but it is what it is. I didn't think I was gonna make it, man, but glad I did. We had a real good discussion. So yeah, come check me out on my YouTube, which is at Crunker711. On my Twitter, Crunker711. And also, I know I didn't say what I was playing, but I've been playing Persona. That's what I've been playing. So I know I'm a little late, but that's what I've been on.
Facts.
So yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Had a great discussion. And we out.
Cool. Mr. Official, big bro, my co-host. Yo, send them off, man.
Oh, I'm gonna be the last one. Okay, that's
I'm gonna
cool.
be the last one.
Nah, but yo, shouts out to King Bloods Gaming, aka Swizzy.
Yo, you really did it.
Yeah.
Yo,
I can't unhear it now that you said
You
it.
owe me a
Now.
yo,
rematch
I'm
too, bro.
sorry. That's who he
Man.
sound like to me, man. It's all love though. He sound like Swiss Beats to me, man. Swiss Beats be having hits though. Don't get it twisted.
He do.
That man's be having heat.
Nah.
But yeah, man. Yo, much respect to the cat. I didn't know it was him. You know what I'm saying, from the group. But all right, you level at the cat. You know, you still be
I don't
saving
know
them bots.
them
You be saving them bots, but
Yeah, he gotta save his peoples, man.
you know what I'm saying. But nah, for real. Shouts out to everybody in the live stream. Appreciate y'all coming through to the podcast. It is always a pleasure. I know it's kind of late for y'all. I'm about to go ahead and get my day started on and try to get up on this near.
Facts.
And yo, we appreciate y'all. Till next time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe.
Cool. Yo, man, it's your boy Persona. I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, supports this backup channel until my main channel is back so I can live stream and do everything. Shout out to Chuck, Bari, Timbo, Michi, Choco, Titanfall Princess, Little Drain, Crunk, she was in the chat. Shout out to Crown Scrooge. Shout out to Wakey. I seen them pop in. Shout out to Wolf. Everybody that came through to the chat and was, giving y'all thoughts and really interacting. I appreciate you guys. Me and Kev definitely appreciate you. And again, shout out to King's Blood for taking the time out on a Saturday to, be a part of the podcast. That's definitely, it was really great, really, really great to have you, man. Definitely love to have you again. And yo, man, real talk. So subscribe to his channel, subscribe to all the people's channel here on the panel because they all do good content. And yo, guys, make sure you check out the online arcade. It's a Patreon with me and Bari and Chuck, and we do a lot of fighting game tournaments. Make sure you guys check that out. We got a tournament happening tonight at 6:45 on Jay Bari's channel. The Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 tournament. It's going to be a light tournament, nothing too crazy, but make sure you guys check that out. And if you do have Chaos Code, definitely sign up for the Chaos Code tournament. The link is in the description. I'll be hosting that tournament, and that will start on May 13th. We'll start that tournament up, and there'll definitely be some giveaways and stuff like that happening. And yeah, man, hashtag to the council, nothing but love. Shout out to the council members, and that's it, man. We're gonna end this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace.
Peace.